Man,
Peppo Happy Clap. The good old crew
Your
is back.
crew.
There is this thing that's evolved. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, what's happened here. The Peppos, right?
the
So,
Peppos?
yeah. Do you know what's going on with the Peppos Inks?
I do not.
Okay.
Inform me.
So, what's happened with the Peppos is that now chat claims, and Salt in general, they claim that they are Peppos, okay, and that I savagely beat them on a daily basis. Yeah, look at this. Like, clap, Teapot beats us, clap. Right? And a Peppo is much like a Pepe, except it has difficulties, right? You know what I mean? Look at him, right?
Well, I mean, hey, there's a video of Markiplier reacting to Peppo, so it must be a thing.
Oh, well,
I can't see what he looks like
He's a
because
little
in
Peppo
2018, I still don't have.
I feel like you need that for your stream, Teapot. Little Peppo puppet. He's licking a pickle.
wait, what? You look at a pickle. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Didn't
don't
Peter Piper pick?
know. NASA Peppo. He's licking a pickle. I don't know.
Okay.
What?
Listen. I don't create the memes. I just let you know about it.
Oh, I know. This is not the same thing. I don't think, dude. You're not looking at the same thing here.
It says Peppo.
No, no. I mean, is it a frog? Peppo the no, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
he's like a green puppet.
No, that's not the same thing. Okay, we gotta link.
No.
We gotta link you some. We're gonna link you some Peppos. Okay, you need to. Oh, this is getting a little bit off.
Yeah,
off
it's
topic, I
Pepe the
suppose.
Frog, but he's the average Guild Wars 2 player.
Hey guys, I only have 5 minutes left before I have to go, so we got to get into this.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Serious?
All right. We better do something good then.
Wait, you actually have to leave this early?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I just got to go.
He has to
braise
leave
some
tea time.
shallots in wine
He has to leave tea time. Okay.
for good.
For good, forever. He's never returning. Okay. All right. In that case, okay, Boots. Okay. If there's one thing you could have discussed on tea time but never had the opportunity to do so, what would it be?
Oh, okay. Crazy random lore stuff.
Perfect.
Yes,
Oh,
that doesn't.
yeah,
It's
I've got
not
one.
based in reality.
No, this one is based on reality, though, actually.
Wait, what? Okay.
What is it?
Wait,
What are you talking about?
I have a picture. Let me upload it real fast.
Okay.
Picture of a Peppo.
No, it's
So,
better.
which apparently is some kind of food somewhere because there's food packaging.
Are you gonna put it in
I don't-
chat?
Yeah, I'll put it in chat. I just need to dump it in mine
Okay.
real fast.
I'm ready.
Some of you may have actually seen it before, but it's
Who's
definitely
the Bitcoin lord?
real. Okay, it's deploying in 5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. What is this?
This bad boy.
Oh,
Boy.
this one. Yeah. I remember
Hey.
this. Well, I mean, look what happened. Look what happened, Brazil. It didn't happen. You got exposed.
It will happen once they release content and fractals specifically.
Oh,
So you're
oh.
saying the next release?
When's that gonna be?
Well, I mean, if you're following the That Shaman logic of release dates, apparently there is enough Gemstorm material left in the DAT files for until the 26th
26th.
of June.
You know, I think
So-
at this point it kind of has to be, right? Because we're going to get an announcement, and then it will be released in
never.
2 weeks. Right? That's how it usually goes. It's
And
an
that's how
announcement,
usually
2 weeks, and they drop it. So if they announce
So
it
that
on
means
Tuesday... Oh, actually,
if-
hang on a minute, though. If they announce it on Tuesday, that means it's only 1 week, though, actually. So
Oh.
scrap that.
Okay, so that means if they do a 1 week cadence, like if they announce and then it's 1 week later, then the announcement has to be this Tuesday, right?
I think the announcement has to be this Tuesday regardless. Otherwise, it will have been... the release will be in July, right?
I've been saying that every Tuesday since May.
I think last time I was on Tea Time, which was 2 weeks ago, I said the announcement is probably this Tuesday.
Oh, well, I've been saying that every single Tuesday for a very long time. So, I mean, that's kind of, I mean...
It'll be this week.
Yeah, ArenaNet, I mean, the communication memes of ArenaNet have put us in a slightly odd situation here. Right? We really don't know what the hell's going on. Does everyone here know what's going on?
July 4th is a Wednesday,
Yep.
so it'll be the Tuesday the week before that.
Yes.
So the 26th.
Oh, right. Yeah,
It'll be the
because of holiday.
26th.
There you go. That makes sense. And that's what that statement says. So 26 it is.
Because they've been taking long, that'll give them their holiday time, and they come back and they dump it in. That's correct.
I don't think that Shaman has been wrong once, except for he set a timer for, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he did.
But then,
He was,
ArenaNet then said it's going to be delayed. So then he reset the timer.
he was very he's very ambitious. Well, no, he was just like me. I actually agreed with him. Well, at the time I thought, yeah, that's when the trailer is going to come out. It's going to be 2 weeks ago. Okay, we're going to get that trailer. It's going to release. Well, last week I guess would have been when it was released, right? But oh no, look what happened. Nothing happened in that show and quit the game as a result of it, dude. Okay, look.
He actually quit the game?
No, he didn't quit the game.
Oh.
But I mean, Nike threatened to quit the game unless they release something. So
Unless there's a raid.
They're probably not going to release anything then.
trying to get, what if this is
just trying to get all of the most toxic people out of the game.
Thought about this? What if this is a giant conspiracy? They're just going to not release the raid until every single raid player has quit the game. How about that?
Yeah.
What about that for a conspiracy? I mean,
Do you think they've now set themselves up for overhype at this point?
I don't think I'm overhyped.
Well,
No.
Do you feel overhyped?
Well, they made
Yours too can't be overhyped because the community is just in this perpetual state of being angry about stuff, and then as soon
it's a roller coaster. Right?
The minute the patch comes out, oh, this is the best patch ever. Oh, wow, there's so much. We were wrong, guys. Let's never do this again. Let's never be mad at this patch. Oh, it just makes up for everything.
It usually
And
does.
then the week later, they're mad again already. You leaving, Booth?
yeah.
See you later.
Guys, chat, say goodbye to Boots. He's done. See you guys later.
Well, it's the roller coaster effect, right?
Yeah.
Right now we're down here and we're slowly climbing. The patch will hit and everybody will be happy. And then a week later, woo, you're back down the roller coaster into being mad and upset about balance changes or gem stores, something or other, or
Yeah, I don't think there's. There is that level of roller coaster, but I feel like it's a very low amplitude roller coaster. You know, I don't think people really get really mad about stuff. The only time I've seen people actually really mad was over the fucking mount licenses.
The mounts.
That's it. Okay, that and the you know the whole don't pre-order Heart of Fire, Heart of Thorns, sorry, Heart of Fire.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are the only times I've actually seen people mad. So I don't know. And Legendary Armor, people weren't even that mad about Legendary Armor, honestly, compared to this other stuff. There was a little bit of outrage, but not a huge amount, really. So I don't know. And with regards to the hype, ArenaNet have adopted an interesting strategy here, right? Think about it, right? How can you be overhyped if there's actually no hype at all because no one knows if anything's going to happen? Right? Yeah. Do you know?
Well,
yeah.
So I only said that because they released that statement saying that they've reconfigured their system or something so that they can hit the quality that they want more consistently. So because they did that and they said that would cost short-term time longer, don't you think that? I mean, I sort of expect that the patch is going to be a better quality patch than what we've been seeing, maybe.
That's an interesting one, actually. I'm certainly expecting a triple release. But do you mean by quality? How do you mean by quality exactly? Are you expecting it to be bug-free? That sort of thing?
Quality.
Well, I think
better replayable content, I guess, because sometimes they're decent at doing that, like Palawa Land is pretty repeatable. People like that.
What's that?
Yeah, episode 1. Like you didn't play it, but
Palawa
episode
Land.
1.
No, I played it.
Palawa Land.
What is that?
it's
It's the event that happens every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a lot of loot boxes.
Yeah, it's a lot of, it's not necessarily great for the economy, but it's replayable for players and they like doing, right? So, but then there's other maps, even from Season 3, that have almost no replayability and people would never really go to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All the maps kind of have something to them because they all have that special currency that gives you an ascended trinket, so that's not so bad. But So do I think that the quality is going to be higher? Hopefully, I'm more. I think it's more along the lines of they were finishing it. Were testing it, probably found some problems with it, and just are trying to get the quality at least on par to what it usually is.
That's not what they made
Um,
it sound like. They made it sound like they implemented a new strategy of making and releasing living story content that would
Oh, yeah,
leave their
yeah.
quality bar on a consistent level rather
Yeah,
than be up and down.
yeah, I think that is. Yeah, I think Inks is right here. They were talking about how it's going to benefit them down the road. Actually, I think
Right.
they use something to that effect in the post, that what they're doing, the structures they're putting in place, are going to kind of streamline the production, I suppose, down the down the line. And if that's true, that's awesome, because I mean it's been a little while.
Maybe easier ways to implement like the moving platforms and stuff like that was introduced into the
Maybe,
second.
yeah. I mean, that could have something to do with it. Those sorts of systems, those mechanical systems that they
Yeah.
newly implemented, but probably are a pain in the butt for them to work with.
Well, maybe it's just a lot more banal than that. Maybe it's just like the actual bread and butter of the company. They've just done some streamlining in it, right?
Maybe.
It's not even game stuff. Maybe they just found a way to, I don't know, make the teams more efficient in some way, right?
Whips.
I'm just not a
Whoa.
big fan of them
Whoa.
moving content. Whips. What?
That's the one way to
They're gonna-
make teams more efficient.
Yeah, whip the
Oh,
slaves.
oh.
Yeah, whip the slaves. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not a
geez.
bad idea, Boots.
Yeah.
I'll refrain from the joke.
I just feel like they've been, and we don't know this for sure because obviously we don't know how the inside of the company works, but I feel like they've been holding some of the content that may be finished, and I feel like they should
Hostage?
be releasing that stuff. Hostage is not the word I would use, but you know. Do you think, for example, do you think the raid is done?
Yes.
So then why not release the raid?
Why not release the raid? This is the big question, and I can't answer that actually. That's the question. The answer to that question is that I have no idea.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say I think it's almost certainly because it's easier for them to do. It's probably less inconvenient for them to do one mega patch than 3 medium-sized patches, right? It's probably less annoying for them to deal with the client when they have to like shove all these these dev builds. They have to shove. Okay, we're going to put the raid in now. We have to make sure this works with everything, right? And then they do the story, and they do the fractal. I think that's probably harder for them and more annoying to do than to say, all right, come on, here it is. It's a big one. Throw it in and job done. Okay.
I'm almost a little surprised because ArenaNet has reacted to the Bless Online debacle, the influx of players from that Lazy Peons video, as well as Bless Online not doing very well, as well as we've had a number of streamers come over recently from BDO. It feels like who are doing very well now in this environment. I'm a little surprised that they didn't sort of release raids or something. If it was actually finished.
I think it's fine. Like it's been what 2 weeks since the Bless Online stuff, so I think that's. I mean, give people a little bit of time to like get into the game. These new players before they I think they have at least 2 weeks to spare before they bombard them with level 80 stuff.
It was at the start of the month,
like,
though, wasn't it?
I think there's this
2, 3?
big plan to like give people. I think like Doom CM got around just like throughout the entire community. It's like this is the ultimate fight. There hasn't been anything this crazy since Giganticus Lupicus and pulling him to the waypoint and just waypoint zerging him down. And so I think that they're giving people time to like get in and try raids now. Maybe there's more interest, and so they're just holding off on putting it in. And other people are probably coming over anyways, so they're just like,
Yeah, I mean,
hey guys, go do Veil Guardian, and then we're gonna, they're gonna hook the people. Those
I think
people
it's 2 birds, 1 stone, right? It's like giving the new players some time to get their feet wet before they get hit by these 3 types of level 80 content. That's hard to do, and also the fact that they are able to take this time to polish it, make it really good, make sure there's no, hopefully as few bugs as possible with it, will show these new players the kind of quality that they should expect, quote unquote,
Yeah.
from now on.
Yeah. In my opinion, that's a fine approach. But you know what would have been really nice? You know what would have been really good? Bless Online fails. People run away in fear from BDO, right? Okay? What do you do as ArenaNet? Let's just drop some hype, right? Let's just say, guys, in 2 weeks' time, we've got a new raid, a new fractal, a new map, right?
Yeah.
So why not chill really hard while people are moving over, right? Instead of just saying nothing. You know, I mean, honestly, we can complain about this all day, right? Because it's never going to change, right? It's actually
Reddit and the official forums are going to shell everything like that for them. They don't have to do anything. They can just keep radio silence.
I disagree with their approach there. Even if you don't believe, as I do, that they should have dropped something already, I think Teapot's right. I think they should have. First of all, I think there should be a raid trailer, just like there's a living story trailer, and not combined into one comic book style, whatever. But I think you should be teasing it already.
I think this just brings us back to the point that basically ends every single one of these discussions, every single tea time, is that probably we at least would appreciate, and probably more people would appreciate, if there's a little more communication about upcoming stuff from the company.
Yes, we would.
I mean, that's it.
And don't get me wrong, I know we talk about this a lot. I know the people watching the show have heard it a million times, but I still think that it's just like Black Lion chests. I feel like that criticism needs to be spoken about, in a constructive way, because they're more likely to listen to that than other ways of giving your criticism.
Roasting ArenaNet, roast the casuals, right? Yeah,
that was a good song.
That was a good song. That is correct. Sometimes ArenaNet gets a little scared if they get the hand bitten off. But I mean, hey, that is kind of what they're supposed to do. But I mean, hey, that's how it goes, right? Things are not quite as we would like, but I mean, that's okay, guys. That's okay. That chat does raise an interesting point there. We haven't had something like this for a while. It's been a while since the last kind of big quality of life update. Would you think they're going to roll some of those in as well? Because we've seen a few little ones, right?
I think there's going to be some balance.
Yes, well, balance. I mean, balance just like a few weeks before the monthly AT. I mean, I guess they have done that before, so I don't see why not. I guess, but that would be.
I'm afraid that they're going to nerf Mirage like right before I do my bad build about it. I think that's going to happen.
They should absolutely do that.
Yeah, I think that's sort of coming.
Yeah, probably.
I had a great experience with the Mirage in PvP the other day.
Yeah.
As a Mirage or against?
No, against one. I've told this story maybe like once or twice already.
Retell
Before
it.
you do, I have a quick question. How long have I been back for? Because I forgot to set a timer, and I was supposed to go check on something again 8 minutes later.
I would probably just go ahead and check. You've probably been too long.
All right.
I'll hold off on the story.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
So Kev Prime says structured PvP is stupid unbalanced right now. Do you feel that way? Honestly. Do you feel like it's really, really unbalanced?
Mirage is really bad.
See, that hasn't been my experience in the lower tiers. Now, I'm only Gold 2, but in the lower tiers, that hasn't necessarily been the case.
Every single game that I've played in Platinum has been like 500 to almost 0 in one way or the other. Every single game. Like, it's legitimately either like a 500 to like 40 and my team wins, or it's like a 500 to 40 and the other team wins. And everybody goes AFK. People in chat fight about who on the team is going to disconnect so nobody loses rank. And that's it. Like, you just wait on the 3-cap for the time to run out. That's been every single game so far that I've played in Platinum.
What?
Everyone. Every single one.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that overpowered, right? I don't think it's that over. I don't think stuff is that imbalanced. the way PvP is it's just a bit rock paper scissory, really. There's a lot of very hard counters. That
Shouldn't it be though?
no, I don't think so. I think the biggest, the most egregious example of this is like is Mirage versus Necro. Like if the Mirage isn't actually retarded, as in I'm saying actually like problems.
I am actually retarded then.
Then there is literally nothing a Necro can do against it, right? There's actually nothing a Necro can do. And I realize that Necro is not a 1v1 class, right? But I don't know, like you have like fucking 0% win rate versus like Mirage it has like a 100% win rate versus Connie Necro, dude. Like it's just disgusting.
I have such a problem against Necro, really. Power Reaper is a bit of a pain in the butt too, mind you, but yeah, I don't know. I've been having a tough time in EU Gold.
Yeah.
Tough time is not really the right word. Because I've been 50-50 most of the time. I have a higher win rate than lose rate right now, but I wouldn't say. And granted, this is from a person who is probably not playing the class very well, who probably doesn't know the class very well. Obviously not the perfect rotator. I'd be higher ranked, right? But at the level that I'm playing at, I would say that Soul Beast is a real tough culprit. Just buffs himself so much. It's a pain in the ass. And a good Scourge or even a Power Reaper is sort of a pain in the butt.
Well, I mean, of course, things that stuff like Mirage is a tricky class to play. It's probably one of the more intricate ones, of course. So, I mean, there is always going to be that, right? But I think the game is kind of
one guy figured it out really well.
You mean with the macro, right? Yeah, with the macro.
Oh yeah, He was god tier.
With regards to the actual balance, I think it's kind of okay. Like most classes can play something good. The obvious outlier is probably, honestly, is it even Weaver though? Like the Weaver Troller build is actually pretty good, honestly, especially in solo queue. Like the Sword Dagger Weaver Troll build is actually really good because people just get baited and try and fight you. Okay, I mean, Connie Thief, okay, but here's the thing, right? I mean, like these things kind of cancel each other out, like because everything is kind of overpowered and broken, and nothing is overpowered and broken. You know what I mean, boys? Right?
It's like the first Incredibles movie.
Exactly. It's just not. It kind of works out in the end. The argument is that everything should be probably toned down. The game has a tendency to be very, very bursty. Like even the Condis are bursty, guys. Okay, even the fucking Condis gonna burst the hell out of you. All right. So that's kind of that's not exactly great. And then there's the resin guys. Oh, the resin. Oh my goodness. Oh, the amount of times you like dump all your cooldowns on shit, and you'll just see a guy get rezzed, and you can't really do anything about it. It's like, well, nice meme, great meme. That's really good. That's terrific. So like this sort of thing is what's probably gonna get attacked, I would imagine. The devs for balance, if they have any, because I know Brazil is not a fan of that idea. Do tend to do a pretty good job, in my opinion. All the balance changes we've seen, although quite small steps, have been steps in the right direction, in my opinion. I have a good amount of confidence that the team in charge of balancing the game will do a good job, actually. And yeah, hopefully they do a slightly more drastic change this time. But I'm not even sure if we're going to get balance, honestly. I mean, Ink says balance, but I'm not so sure.
Have we ever had balance?
We've had balance patches, but
they call them that.
Yeah. That is true, but
well,
no. I mean, people really mock the balance in this game, the balance in this game. Yeah, but
balance.
I don't know. I really don't think it's that bad. Honestly. It feels very AIDS because everything is AIDS, right? There's a lot of very obnoxious classes: Spellbreaker, Scourge, Mirage. Weaver is very obnoxious in solo queue, actually. Stuff like that. I mean, some people find Ranger to be quite obnoxious, but I think Ranger is quite a fair class, actually. I'd say Hollowsmith is pretty fair as well. You could argue that the CC chain...
Ranger is not a fair class. Ranger is nowhere close to a fair class. No. Wrong.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us why,
All
Brazil?
right, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about Ranger real fast. So I really like my Pistol Thief build. It is balanced in the fact that it does tons of damage, tons, super crazy burst damage.
Mhm.
Problem is, it's like playing a resource management game. You don't hit your unloads, you run out of initiative, you go all in. The build is just, it's an all-in build. You lose. If you kill somebody with it, you kill them in half a second, they're on respawn, and you just run away and go to the next place. There's balance to that build. Here's the thing, unload's got like a 900 range, I think, but most of the time you just steal onto them in haste, and like you fight them in melee range a lot. They can't do anything because of Basilisk Venom and Panic. Anyways. Ranger has higher burst with Power Soul Beast than Pistol Thief by like 4 times. Like, the first 3 arrows of rapid shot kill me. And that's like 1500 range too. So like I 1v1 the Power Soul Beast, and it's like, okay, I take some boons, steal, I get some burst on you, I burst you to 50% really fast. There's that invulnerability signet for 5 seconds. I guess I just try to survive.
So, but wait, hold on a
dodge, or
second.
go around terrain.
You're saying Ranger's not balanced because it's
I'm
one
saying
thing
that-
because it's one thing that can stand up to your pistol
No,
thief.
no. I'm nowhere close to finish right here.
Okay, all right.
So they have probably more range than anything, higher burst damage than anything. They have invulnerability like everywhere. They have stealth. They have that damn troll ungent heal and every boon at the same time. So you get them to like 3% health after their signet. They troll ungent, they put on every boon in the game, and then it's just like you just watch the health bar go from like down here, and it just does this, and then it goes up to full again. They have every boon, they're running around, they smoke scale, they go into beast mode, they get you in, they dunk you, and like that build, like 1v1 is unbeatable. It has infinite CC, infinite damage, 1500 range, disengage, mobility, every single boon, stealth, invulnerability, higher burst damage than anything. It is the single most broken build I have ever seen in Guild Wars 2.
But then why can people beat Rangers whenever they want?
I'm not convinced that happens.
Okay, all right.
Vic was fucking right, dude. Vic was right. This entire time he was right to play the Soul Boons build.
Yes, if that is probably the only thing I've seen him be right about so far. But that also means that he just has to pay to win, so maybe those things even out.
There you go. Kev Prime says people beat bad Rangers, not good ones.
Rangers never
Good
die.
Rangers never die. Holy shit.
It is not
I do think that
possible.
Soul Beast is pretty strong. At least that's been my experience.
Right, here's the thing. It's pretty strong to like really good. It's between those bars in every single aspect of every single mechanic in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Soul Beast can't be beat. I mean, obviously every build can be beat, right? But doesn't mean they're not pretty strong. But I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But well, anyway, I mean, I wasn't kind of expecting to get into a balanced discussion. Kind of interesting. But I don't know.
Should we talk about? I want to tell the Mirage story. So
Oh, go. Yeah, go.
Yeah. You didn't tell. Yeah.
Okay,
great.
right. Tell the Mirage story.
Khalil was with me too. I'm pretty sure that he was with me that game. I remember it. There was a duo queue of people from some guild, and they were very bad players. You know, like when you see a player that you just know is bad, like I'll get up and do an impersonation. So they do that thing where they like constantly they're just walking forward like this.
Yep.
Oh, the keyboard turning.
Keyboard turning.
Or they backpedal like at that same speed and they just keyboard turn like someone who is like playing the game with their feet bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then like that's how they ran around the map the whole game. That's how like they moved and behaved like everywhere that they went. And like I see this Mirage, and I'm just like, this person's got to be in like Bronze 3. Like like you don't see people that like move that poorly, and this is like in like I don't know, like high gold plat. I don't remember. It was somewhere. Thing is, anytime I fought him, I never saw him, and I instantly died. Every skill happened at once. Like it was like I just saw this like pink cloud. Like
yeah, the burst
like,
belt.
Yeah, and then after he'd kill me, he'd just leave me in downstate, keyboard turn, and like backpedal away, like backpedal all the way back to mid to make sure.
I feel like
that
he was
wasn't
trolling
present.
you.
No, he was using
I'm pretty
macro.
sure.
100%.
I think
He doesn't know how to
what you
strafe,
found, though,
but he can
what-
pull off the burst combo perfectly.
No.
What you
Macro.
found is a
Macro.
Mirage.
Macro.
Oh,
What
you
you
macro?
found-
Okay,
It was
well,
the same combo, exactly the same, exact same timings. Like combat log was identical every single time, and it happened like 7 times.
I don't know. I used to play that one-shot Ellie build that had 9 buttons to press to do the combo, and I used to get it off like 90% of the time. It's not. You don't need a macro for that kind of thing.
There's a big difference between 90% and 100%.
So he killed you 10 out of 10 times?
It was like 7 out of 7.
Oof.
Like there was like he just came out of stealth, like or something like around the corner. Like I don't even know where he came from. Like somebody that was like keyboard turning and backpedaling across the whole map. You would think you would see them coming, but suddenly it's just like you're just dead. Like you just explode, and then there's just this Mirage
what weapon
standing
was he
there,
using?
and they get up and they just.
Start keyboard turning.
So what I think is happening there is that what you found is actually a Mirage that's reached an even higher level than the Masters.
Yeah, he's just
because
invisible all the time.
No, because this Mirage has become a clone himself. He has become like the AI and
boy.
he's behaving like an AI, just as an extra level of like what's up with that, and then you can't actually find him anymore because you can't tell between the difference between the clones and him.
We won that game by like 300 points. Like if they were
What?
good, would have lost. Like
What?
that's what I'm trying to say. Like
It's, well,
I had a great.
I got so mad to the point where Khalil and I were literally just farming them outside of their base for the last 300 points.
But what if?
But then
they-
the Mirage
they killed
would-
you.
he
Yeah.
would jump off the other side, run around the map, come up behind me, and then boom, just burst, and I'm dead.
When you're playing,
just like-
wait, you're playing Pistol Thief with 11k HP though, right?
Right.
That's
And
what I was working on.
after I'm dead, like everything's still happening. It's like it doesn't stop. It's not like he just blew me up and stopped and ran away. The entire combo just keeps going. Exactly the same. Same intervals, like everything. It was a macro. It was a macro. It was a macro.
What if you was just randomly mashing buttons though?
That's also
You know,
possible.
no.
That's also possible. With a Mirage, you can randomly mash buttons and
was
kill
a Mac.
people. Okay, all right.
That was the. No, it was macro. 100%. Khalil will verify. He was in the game too.
Okay.
I started playing ATs with random people.
Yeah?
Which is comedy gold.
Mm.
And the second, I've only done it twice. The second AT we played with random people, we got beat 500-0 in the first game because they farmed us at spawn,
Yeah.
and my team members just kept running out one by one, just feeding them.
Wait, who are you playing? Who are you playing against actually?
I don't know their names.
There's 2 exits.
I probably know some of them at least.
It was really late too. It would have been like 3 a.m. EU time or something, super early in the morning for you
Yeah,
guys.
there's plenty of people who like to farm ATs at night actually.
But me and the other guy were the only guy going out the side entrance. The rest of the team
just tried to rush
running
out the front.
door. It's like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's.
I did my placements the other day. It was kind of fun. Ended up okay.
I mean, I've been enjoying PvP. I haven't played since maybe season 5, I think. Whenever they nerfed the rewards and added master tokens or whatever the hell they're called.
Mm.
But I've been having fun in it. I haven't been winning a ton necessarily, but yeah.
I think the frustration people have, particularly if you're not a god at PvP, right, is that I think it can feel very, very punishing for seemingly small mistakes, right? And then there's no real chance of recovery. For example, like, oh, I stood in the Scourge aids. Looks like I've got 8 condies on me now, right? Oh, yeah. I didn't see the Mirage. Now I have 30 confusion on me. Like, oh, like I procced the full counter and I obliterated myself, right? You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. It's kind of cool gameplay. Especially like Spellbreaker, like playing around full counters, actually really cool in my opinion. But it's very annoying as well. It's very frustrating. And then there's the rezzing. Like everyone, like yeah, we got this guy down, guys. And then the Guardian just ports in, presses F, and you're going crazy, like kill him, and you can't do it. It's like, well, that's not really that fun, is it? So there's 3 guys just.
I disagree.
3 guys.
That's the most fun.
3 guys just petting him, just giving him a nice stroke and getting him up. They
need to limit rezzing to just one person can res.
No.
Yes.
Come on. Then
that's correct.
Cleave is cleave. Like, you could cleave with more than one player. Why can't you res with more than one player?
I really don't think it was rank 55 who 0-500 us. It was, I don't know. It was a bunch of gold and platinum players on EU, and we were a random group of who the hell knows.
Yeah, I don't know. All I could say is some of the most fun I have in my placements as the Firebrand was porting in from 1200 range and popping everybody back and doing a clutch res every once in a while. So, although it might not be fun for you to get knocked back when you're about to stomp somebody, it's a lot of fun for
Boots.
It's a lot of fun for me. Exactly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are some kind of just general thoughts on PvP there, but I mean,
it'll be interesting if they do, balance. I'm not the biggest fan of doing like a mid-season or during season balance, but I guess we'll see.
Again, this is something that always comes up every single time that we can talk a little bit about. Like, frequent balance really is key to keeping the game fresh, and that is not something that ArenaNet have much of a track record with. But I believe in you, ArenaNet. Let's go. All right, just make it happen. Make it happen. You know what? Again, I'd like to see some radical change as well. Like, whenever we have a balance, which we typically only have... I'll tell you what, guys. You know what? This is so weird to me, actually. The biggest balance change that happened wasn't a random side patch, which was to the Scourge Shade, right? Randomly. We haven't talked about this. Yeah. They added a massive... That change is huge, right? They massively nerfed a Big Shade out of nowhere. Yeah. Right? They tripled the cooldown on it from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. That was easily the biggest change that they've done for ages. And they just randomly put it in another patch. I mean, what? It's just...
Yeah.
And, I mean, hey, big balls. I like that arena, okay? And Necro had it coming, to be honest. But, you respect, right? But why not do that in the big patches too, right? Why not give it some welly as well? I mean, maybe they will. Maybe this is a sign. This is a sign. Who knows?
What did they do in the patch? Patch before that, what did they do to Scourge? Because maybe they just wanted to do small changes to Scourge first, see if that had a good effect, and if it didn't, then do
and I think balance like that is awesome if you do it frequent enough.
Yeah, you need it every half a month maybe.
You should continue to turn every condition into bleeds.
Should they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they even like they slightly buffed Scourge last time by giving it extra life force, but that's it.
What did you guys think about the no downstate week of World vs. World?
Oh, so good.
It was kind of fun, yeah.
It was great.
I feel like a week is probably too much, but I had a lot of fun.
Should have been a weekend.
Yeah.
You think so? Like, is the no downstate really that terrible for the game, though?
Yes.
I don't know that it should be. I don't know that it should necessarily be a week long. Because I think people who are used to the regular format, it really affects their normal game time, especially if they're not enjoying it. It's kind of like the Golem week that they did. Some of that stuff should really be a weekend to test the waters, and then, if people love it unanimously, then...
Okay, but like percentage-wise, what kind of percentage do you think of people loved it or hated it?
I have no idea.
Roamers and small-scale fights probably really liked it. People who typically enjoy like 15v15 or 30v30, 40v40 probably hated it because it promotes a slightly cancerous style of gameplay, right?
Yes.
Cancerous how?
It's kind of, yeah. Well, in addition to that, I mean, I think you could remove downside, but you'd have to really rebalance the game. I don't know. It's, yeah.
I don't think it should be permanent, but having it for a weekend every once in a while or something. Granted, I'm a roamer, so of course I really, really had a fun time. It was really satisfying catching up to somebody and just snapping them down and being, you're done, next. Yeah. Who's next on my list? That was really satisfying, obviously. As a large group, I could see how maybe not so much, right? But
yeah, I guess it's true. I guess like I liked as a roamer playing it a lot, but I could see how just removing an entire mechanic and another like facet of combat where you could do clutch reses or kill some people to rally from your friends from downstate. Removing that entirely from the game is bad for the game, maybe, because it just removes another layer of complexity to the combat.
Yeah, I think downstate is a good thing, particularly in World versus World, where you can just get instantly deleted. I think it's good to have some kind of
invulnerability.
I think it's good to have some kind of recovery potential. I think towards Guild Wars 2. I don't know. Towards these game modes.
No downstate in PvP.
The game is kind of designed around downstate, and I think it works very well. In my opinion, it works very well. Having that potential to get back up is a good thing. Especially when the game is already quite fast, and the no downstate made it very fast, right? It's already the case where it's all very it's all about spikes, right? But drop all the wells, come on, bombs, right? So that's already happening. But then when you set it up so you can't rally from like kind of trading kills, or you have reses with transfusion and stuff, when you take that away, it kind of like, that's actually kind of annoying now. And it is fun. There was a novelty, right? It was definitely fun for a week, right? It was troll as fuck. But I think people would lose interest. I also think it will be very demoralizing. Basically, the winners win more and the losers lose more. That's the problem I have with it. It makes it very skewed. Whereas that was not so much the case, or at least I imagine it probably feels that way. Obviously, there are some very, very dominant servers, very dominant fighting forces, but it just seemed like no one on the weaker servers really wanted to do anything, at least in my matchup anyway, right? But because it's very punishing, people get demoralized and leave, right? And then it kind of seemed that we were left with no one to fight because we had like the fattest blob, dude, the fattest blob.
Towards the end of the week, it definitely felt that way.
Yeah, but I mean, what was really nice though for roamers, I mean, if you're a solo roamer, coming up against 3 to 4 people is no longer a death sentence necessarily. You could actually take them all down one by one.
Pistol Thief won. Yeah, won. It's just a win.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope they do more, and not just no downstate, but other things as well. Weekend events, where they've been doing. Well, this is like 2 now in a row, right? Not in a row, but 2 more recently. And I'd really like to see them continue to do these things a lot more frequently in different game modes. And
it'd be fun. I remember, I think ArenaNet Ben in one of the chats, I was asking about, is this going to be a permanent thing at some point? And he said, well, maybe not this, but there's probably going to be more weekends like this, more things like this in the future.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think what Brazil said, I think maybe passes by a little bit, but removing the invuln, I think would be really a good happy medium, right? Because again, I think I'm not sure to the extent of this because I haven't really been paying attention, but especially in the more competitive sets of World versus World, there's a lot of resin going on again, and that's probably kind of annoying. And just to maybe nerf that down a little bit, make it easier to kill people, or maybe address some of those res abilities might be a good thing. across all the game modes, because when you have stuff like, like Transfusion Necros and Minstrel Firebrands with Merciful, where Merciful reses you by 20%, and you've got like 10 Guardians in a group, and you all just teleport and people insta-res, I'm like, there's maybe some room for adjustment, shall we say, on these things, and playing around with the core game mechanics, like removing the invuln like they did in PvP, could be a real thing. I think it will be very impactful considering how much cleave you have access to in World vs. World. You can really bring the pain with that.
So let's say we get a patch coming the 26th, like that Shaman says. What can we expect in it? Like, what's happening now in the story? What's going on?
Oh, we're still chasing after Joko, aren't we?
Where is he?
Well, he's doing his thing. He's turning everyone into a scarab. You're gonna turn into a scarab.
You're turning into a scarab.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what the scarab plague does?
Yeah, you turn into a scarab. Yeah, and you start pushing dung around. That's it.
I do that anyways. I don't have to be a scarab.
Boy.
So that's what's going to be going on. I imagine we're going to chase him down. I'm sure we'll do something very heroic, and then presumably we get introduced to some kind of dragon threat, right? And if they want to go in that direction, or this is probably like the tipping point episode. It's going to either be we find out that Joko is the main threat we have to shut down, or we're going to find out that there's another threat and Joker kind of gets shuffled off. Like, he's comedy relief guy. See you later, buddy. We're going to fight something proper now. Right?
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a lot like Season 3 where they flip-flop between threats. And
you go back up north to Jormag?
No, Jormag. What? He's asleep. No.
Or is he?
Well, first of all, I think it's going to be a Casimir Marjorie episode because we haven't touched base with them for a while. ArenaNet only does 3 characters at a time now, more or less. So Timey and her robot friends and her bug friends touch a little bit on Joko since he fled through a portal. And, dragon threat, probably.
Maybe.
It depends if they go in that direction, because we don't know. I mean, they have set the dragons up to the point where maybe they don't have to be dealt with exactly. I mean, of course, Jormag and Primordus are kind of, having a little nap. Kralkator, we don't know exactly what he's doing. He doesn't seem to be going too crazy.
He's sitting on a mountain.
Yeah.
Is he like the bro of the dragons? Like, kind of like the T-Rex in...
No.
The bro?
No.
The new
He's
Jurassic
bro.
World.
In the Jurassic Park, yeah.
Did you see the new one, Boots?
Yeah, The World? Not the new one, no.
Oh,
no.
okay. I saw it last night.
Oh, is it good?
No.
I liked it a lot.
Better than Shrek?
No. Definitely not better than Shrek.
Well, I mean...
The original Shrek is a really good movie.
Yeah. Yeah? But you prefer Shrek 2, right?
That's the one with the fairy godmother and that weird blonde son, right?
Yeah.
Prince Charming?
Yes.
Was it The Sum of All Fears that you said was the best movie of all time, or something else?
No, Air Force One with Harrison Ford.
That is a good one.
Clear and Present Danger was the best movie of all time. But then I saw Air Force One again. Air Force
Get
One,
off my plate. So you like Harrison Ford?
I love Harrison Ford.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the only good actor.
If
only good actor.
If Harrison Ford starred as Shrek in the next Shrek film,
I think he should play Harrison Ford in Shrek.
Shrek. Should play himself in Shrek.
Just walk on the Shrek scene as Harrison Ford.
Okay, so a good question.
Get out of my swamp.
Did you see the new Solo movie?
Yeah, I saw it 3 times.
And how do you feel about the new Han Solo?
I liked it.
Yeah, I felt like he was not so Han Solo-y. Not so... He wasn't... He didn't remind me enough of young Harrison Ford. He was still fine, it was not close enough for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
What a
so
fucking
Guild Wars 2,
disgrace.
huh?
Yeah, Guild Wars 2. To continue on the story thread, I imagine we'll have another mastery, right? Now it'll be something to do with Aurene, right? And we're going to eventually get up to the point where we ride Aurene, right? We're gonna have some dragon mounts, boys. Right?
Do you think we'll ride her like a mount?
She'll ride us.
I think
Wait,
people
that
on
sounded
Tumblr
wrong.
already.
Do you think she'll be a mount?
Oh, Brazil! I knew you were gonna say something like that. I was like, but using that word, like, is this really a good choice of word here? Yeah. Maybe it'll climax in some kind of epic scene, right? Where you use the Dargon to smite the enemies. Okay, that'd be kind of cool. A bit of a almost like a scripted set piece kind of thing, where you can,
That'd be cool.
Right.
Where you like, breathe on people and they just die. That'd be kind of cool.
Because in the last episode we got Aurene vision, right?
Yeah.
You go into her head and she shows you what it's like. Is this what it's like to fly? A little bit.
Arene's animations and her size and animations are basically the same as the Griffin, right?
Yeah.
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 She's
So I have
gonna
good
get bigger,
feelings
though.
about
She's gonna get bigger.
not in the next 5 minutes.
She grows pretty fast, dude. Have you seen this stuff? Aurene is big.
Was that because of all the magic she got? Or yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
So yeah, if she eats Crocotoric, she'll get big.
I was just about to say, let's feed Crocotoric to Aurene.
Move on to Arophia now.
Vor, huh?
Is that where we're going?
Vor. Well, I'm saying, guys, what we do is, this is a basic concept, right? We train our dragon to kill the other dragons, right?
That's right.
They've made several movies about that.
Wait, didn't we say jokingly that was going to be the plot of the Guild Wars 2? That we hatch our own dragon.
What do you mean jokingly?
And we train our dragon to kill the other dragons.
Yeah, Boots wasn't joking.
I wasn't joking.
Voreen.
Yeah. And Aurene would become the dragon god, wielder of all 6 magics, and rule over Tyria for all eternity. That's what I said.
Huh.
Boots was right all along.
Yeah.
I'm finding a disappointing amount of Aurene Tumblr pictures and Google Images.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't found any yet.
Well, I guess it's time for you to make your own then, huh, Brazil? Degeneracy, ladies and gentlemen.
So
what about the fractal? New fractal.
Oh.
More or less confirmed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a fractal coming next release.
No CM.
Are we going to start a new fractal storyline?
Wow.
Or do you think it's, a new fractal storyline, or is it going to be like the last one and tied to the past of whatever map we go to or something?
I doubt. Well,
because Twilight Oasis was what I forget her name, but the last boss was the pre. Yeah. You play as Joko's forces and you invade and you corrupt her, basically, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to start a new story, Boots, and here's why. Okay, so the last story was 3 fractals, right? More or less.
Yeah.
It was Chaos, Nightmare, and Shadowed Observatory.
Right.
We've got a fractal. It's been 6 months since the last fractal and about a year since the last CM. So it would take a year and a half to tell that one story if they do another one.
Yes.
The next expansion will probably be out by then.
They'll hold it just for that.
Yeah.
And we know actually the cadence. I don't remember when they said this because I had missed it, but somebody pointed me to it. The cadence is 1 fractal every 2 living story episodes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So if the living story episodes are getting delayed, that means even less fractals per year, potentially.
Yeah. So unlikely we're going to get an arc, another story arc with
probably more likely spots, like spot story or whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense too because the last 3 fractals are basically the last 3 fractals of every tier, right? Like that story arc is the last 3 fractals of every tier. Am I correct in saying that?
I think that's just where they put them in.
But I think that's intentional though, and I think that they're going to slot in one-offs everywhere else.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So I think they're probably not going to do another storyline. You're right, just a one-off.
And that's a real shame. I mean, that is a shame. I think I tell you what, the storyline for that arc, particularly the ending of Arc, right? It's actually probably one of the best stories I've ever in Guild Wars 2. Actually, it's a really great story, in my opinion. It's really awesome. And 100 CM and 99 CM are two of the best pieces of PvE content in the game, in my opinion. They are awesome, really, really great, and it really does sadden me that we're not seeing another challenge mode. The Fractal team has honestly do an amazing job with that. I would say that the design and the mechanics of 100 CM, like honestly, they were kind of like crushing the raid team. Honestly, man, like the raid team got to get on that. You guys better catch up. Of course, they kind of one up them with Doom, right? But compared to Wing 4, right, 100 CM was like, wow, this is awesome, right? Very, very impressive stuff from their team. So it is a real shame that we aren't going to be seeing another challenge mode Fractal. Well, we assume that. We never know, right? But
they've said that they really like the CM Fractals, but that they're taking a break from it.
Yeah.
So I can only assume that means that we're not going to see a CM, at least for this Fractal.
We'll see more slotted in things, yeah. And I think, so that story arc basically solved all the Fractal mysteries, essentially, right? So all of
Well,
except for like Colossus, but
Harbinger of Woe.
yeah, we don't
Harbinger
know
of
about
Woe.
that yet, actually. Yeah.
Which actually
That's
transitions us nicely to what is the new raid going to be about?
you think it's going to be about the Harbinger of Woe?
I think we go in and take over Balthazar's place, because doesn't he have a brother he's fighting with or something?
No, he doesn't. That's over with because of the storyline.
Yeah, he
Oh.
can't do that anymore. He can't fight anything anymore.
Yeah, he's
Well,
a
no,
little
but I thought that
incapacitated.
isn't his brother still around?
Possibly, yeah.
He
Okay.
could
So
be
you're saying
raising a
he-
giant army.
His
he now
brother
has
might be
control over it?
the Harbinger of Woe.
Yeah.
Mingus.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Last raid, we went to the underworld because with the leaving of the gods, there left a void and it was getting filled, and we had to make sure that bad things didn't take over. Don't smile at that.
What?
What? Oh, the word filled. Really?
Yeah.
Really, Boots? You have got a dirty mind, man.
Were you talking about me smiling?
Yeah.
Ooh, I was
Against your
smiling
smile,
at
get chat. Okay.
They said it brought me back to the controversy over his brother's name and how to pronounce it, because I had
Mingus.
forgotten what
Oh,
it
yeah,
was.
it's
I just
Mingus.
Mingus.
yeah,
Not Menzies. Mingus.
right. Took me back to
Mingus.
that. Seeing it.
Mingus.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's probably why they'll never do a Fisher of Woe raid or storyline, because they will have to do voice acting and pronounce his name as Mingus, and everybody's gonna get really
Triggered.
confused.
They're gonna get triggered every time they hear Mingus.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I am Balthazar's brother, Mingus.
The new raid, it really could go anywhere. This is the thing. With Hall of Chains, I really think that they've set themselves up to go anywhere they want. Because it was originally it was like, okay, we can do side stories. There's going to be kind of a side quest, but actually, I think they got a bit of a very silly backlash for that, right? So I think they may be doing more things off to the side, right? So if they would investigate the stuff that we saw in the story, with how there's stuff like bleeding through and like the gods' realms are going to get taken over now because the gods like, oh, well, see you guys, fuck you, we're out of here. Right? If they were to go into that, like, would they get flamed? Would they get roasted? I mean, maybe. So they may be a little cautious around that sort of thing. But it's difficult to say. Like,
I think that would actually be pretty cool to go in and see the destruction of the gods' realms.
Very much so, yeah. Definitely. I think
We
it
could
would...
take over the Forged, right? And use them to fight Joko.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we should.
And we
Oh, wait,
we go.
isn't he doing that though? Didn't Joko take over the Forge?
Oh, I don't know.
Deroy does make a good point, though. I guess it doesn't matter what kind of lore they put in the raid. They'll get roasted for putting any kind of lore in the raid, right?
No. What if they do the Wizard Tower?
Then they'll get roasted really hard.
They will get big time roasted.
Why?
No, good.
It's completely disconnected from everything.
Because players think that they are not able to access raids, and if they can't access that story, They will be really upset.
They're not
do the-
able to access it now anyway because it's in a freaking tower in the sky.
What
They
if
can't
we
get
go
there.
to the wizard's tower and get the wizard because he's the only necromancer that can stop Joko?
Hey. But also that would be part of the actual story, so they can't do that.
It's a side story.
But it's not though. That's really intrinsic
is.
to the story.
The Wizard's
No,
Tower equals Karazhan from WoW.
we go in and like meet with him or like his lieutenant and like just barely see him or something.
Okay.
Like,
And
it's
then he
part-
actually gets
like-
introduced into the story, kind of like Lazarus did.
His nemesis is the wizard in the wizard's tower.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Coco is a lie.
Imagine how much of a plot.
It's a
Imagine
lie.
the plot twist there, dude. Like Nemesis, he left to go and work for ArenaNet, and now he's slowly worked his way up the corporate ladder. He's now game director, okay? But he's using Mike Z as like a face to keep his identity hidden, okay? And then
It's a mask.
then he's there in the Wizard's Tower, and it was him the entire time. He was there the entire time.
Oh, brother.
What was the wizard's name?
We don't know.
No, he was the guy
Oh.
from Guild Wars 1.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well,
Verada.
we think
That's him.
not in the
Galroth?
Wizard Tower. No, we think that the town next to his tower is named after him, which I think is. I'll check
Oh,
it
it's
out.
something to do with-
No,
it's
it's
something
the
to do with
guy- it's-
elementals, isn't it?
Like it
The
says Galroth. Maybe.
it's the guy that's named after the armor set, the Viper's armor or whatever.
What,
Sinister.
Verata?
Yeah, it's Verada. That's his name.
Verada.
Wait, no, it didn't. Wait, he's a.
No, it's Verada.
Is it?
Yeah. I think his name changed after he became like Godlich or something.
Wait. He's.
Like he says, we killed Verada in Guild Wars 1.
Yeah, but he was the necromancer, and
Yasith?
then he came
Yasith?
back.
Yeah, Yasith is Viper, but that's because that's a snake, isn't it? Like a snake kind of thing going on
Yeah.
there.
Big's the snake. Yasith.
Isgaren.
Oh wait. Yeah.
It's Isgaren.
What?
Is the name
Yeah.
that the people in the town call him. The current owner of the Wizard Tower.
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
But I mean, that could just be a name he gave himself.
No, is Garen. It's just the meme name. Is it? Is it Garen?
Is it
Huh?
really Garen? I don't know.
It's a meme
it's a
name.
meme name. Yeah, a meme name. Okay, I mean that's fine, I guess. But I don't know. We'll have to see where they're gonna
The
go.
wiki says it's Isgaren, but
And who knows?
that's according to
The
the
wiki
townsfolk
also
of
says
Garanhoth.
Mingus too.
Maybe we're
That's
going.
true.
Maybe we
Let's
are
be
going to
honest.
explore some other god realms. Like maybe it is time for the Fissure of Woe, Ryan Brazil. Like we go and investigate what happened to Balthazar. His
Wouldn't have been the first time
his
I was
setup.
right about
well,
something.
yeah,
3
but you
years in
can't
advance.
you can't just say something is right and then wait till it actually happens and then say you were right the entire time.
I've had a pretty good track record of that so far.
I don't know.
I'm like 94% on things I've been
We
right
still don't have Mace shot out of a pistol
yeah, that's
yet.
true.
about. Just
Maybe
wait.
just wait until Cantha expansion. Yeah.
I don't think there are going to be any more elite specs.
Really?
Wait,
No,
wait.
that's-
They're gonna
that's
add,
not
no,
the case.
there
no,
won't
that
be-
is,
They'll add 3 new classes. There will be no more elite
3 new
specs.
Whoa.
They will add 3 new classes. I'm
Everybody
saying this-
write this down. This is
Right?
not
Go
happening.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. There will not be any more elite specs. There will be 3 new classes.
That
What are the
each
three-
have 2 elite
What are the
specs?
3 new classes?
A light, medium, and a heavy. I don't know
Yeah,
what. they are.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
And you're saying that each of these new classes will not come with elite specs at all, or they will have
No, they'll have elite specs.
if you buy the other 2 expansions?
Or they just, yeah, I mean, maybe that's a good way to keep making money.
Wow.
Mm.
I
You get
don't
the
see it
core one.
happening.
Get the core one with the core game. You get the class, and you have the core game, and you can play it. Or I guess the expansion is like the core game for it.
Look,
And you buy
I-
Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. It's retroactive, and you can get those elite specs. For
I'm going
it.
to go on the
That looks-
record and say that you are not correct.
Okay.
Um,
How many things have I been right about that you've been wrong about?
I don't want to count it.
A
Probably a
lot of
lot.
them.
Probably a lot. But I'm going to go on the record and say that's not what's going to happen. But let's play along for now and say what would those classes be if they made 3 new classes in the next expansion?
I can't imagine.
I know, but let's play along with it. Let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's have some theory crafting.
They could do like an actual bard or something, but I feel like that would be a little bit of a meme. I don't know, but what they would do is they would make that like a medium armor class or something, because there's no like medium healer. Well, no, I guess there's druid, but druid's bad, so who cares?
Wow.
Let's
Just
see.
druid.
We have healers on all 3 weights, but they could do that. Is there like a medium like boon chill like heal rev or something? I don't know that there is.
They could just remake Rev and make it good.
I guess.
Complete.
There's a medium heal. They could do. I mean, it's a little too late now, but they could have done like Dervish.
I could do Dervish.
Yeah.
Isn't Rev supposed to be a little bit like Dervish though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could do Dervish.
Paragon Dervish Ritualist. There you go.
Paragon. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess there's some mechanics. There's some mechanics from Paragon that haven't been used. I guess stuff like echoes, right? Like refreshing shouts on people. It could be kind of interesting. But I don't know. I don't see this happening as classes. This is just going to be elite specializations. In fact, I think didn't they pretty much outright say the whole point of elite specializations is so they wouldn't have to add stuff like this anyway?
But think about
there's no way they're going to add. There's no way they're going to add more classes, Brazil. You're wrong.
They will.
Wrong.
They'll have 3 new classes.
I don't think they're going to add new classes. I don't think they're going to add new weapons, and I don't think they're going to add new races.
They'll do new classes first, and then they'll do new weapons, the expansion after that, if they're still going, which I'm sure the outfits will still be going.
I can definitely see a new weapon that everyone can use. I can definitely see that, actually.
I don't know. I think...
I would say they would have to come up with 2 new weapons and give some of them one, some of them the other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
They might repurpose weapons, like spear might be a land spear.
Yeah, exactly.
Call it. But I don't think, like people are saying great axe, I just don't really see it happening.
Yeah, they would have to have, like, I mean, they might be very, they might go wild and make a new weapon type, but it's unlikely because it's much smarter for them to reuse their current assets. So like a spear or a
They
trident,
just have a difficult time
trident.
creating assets in general.
I just have a difficult time making content in general.
So I just don't see them. I don't know.
Nike says he was told that a land spear is not happening. By who?
The great axe thread on the forum.
Even so, though, I mean, yeah. I mean, whenever they make a new expansion, they make a bunch of new skins anyway, right? So what if they just made it like a level 80 weapon, so you can only use it with the elite spec at level 80?
Maybe.
That means they wouldn't have to make all the kind of the intermediary skins from 0 to 80, right?
Yeah.
So surely it would
like
be
you're saying
kind of okay.
too that you got to rig the animations up as well, right?
Yeah, that is an issue. But I mean, they do reuse a lot of animations.
Well,
Did you notice that the Hollow Smith, all of the Hollow animations are almost all are reused animations from other stuff?
That's a good point.
Yeah, for an expansion, sure, they can splash out and do some more animations, you know? Like, they have to anyway. Like, for some things. Not everything has got the same animation. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much, guys, right? I'm asking too much. But who knows? I think that could be a potential.
Little bit of Guild Wars 2 trivia here. Hollowsmith, did you know that the weapons, like, each one is a different weapon, kind of?
Yes.
It's actually, the first 2 are both sword, and when you actually kill stuff with it, it counts towards that particular weapon's kill count in your achievements.
Holy shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, I got Staff Master for, I think, using skill 5. Or was it skill 3? Skill 3, I think.
Probably.
That's weird. That's really weird.
That's pretty hype.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So someone asked, like, well, then what's going to sell the expansion? You're going to have a new elite spec for each profession.
No, you'll have 3 new classes.
Yeah.
You're going to have you're going to have a weapon that you didn't have access to before.
Maybe.
So just like the other 2 expansions, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously new maps, and I don't know what the new gem store gimmick will be. I really don't have a good idea, but
Black Lion keys. Inks, I have 265 Black Lion keys, and it has been so long since the last update. I can't use any of them, Inks. I'm really sad right now.
Can you gift Black Lion keys?
Yes.
Yes.
Give it to me.
No. Rideable Black Lion key mount skin.
Black Lion key mount.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and I'm not. I think I opened like 5 or 6 Black Lion chests nowadays. Feels bad, man. But
they're gonna mounts shield really well. Mounts have made ArenaNet more fucking cash than basically since day 1 of Guild Wars 2. So if they do the gem store gimmick and it's like player housing, dude, people love that shit. Do you know how much people would waste on like a shitty house that you can put a fucking chair in? I can't even describe how much. Dude, imagine if you can have a stable where you can view all your mounts in your own house, dude. Okay, that's Guild Wars 3 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, seriously, the amount of shill that they can do with player housing is fat cash, guys. Fat cash. And you have random bullshit like you can put a fucking I don't know, like you can put some of your family in there. There's like NPCs in there too, dude. Okay, right?
Your sister.
Okay.
It's your sister from the.
You can get a dog. You can get a pet dog or something. I don't know.
But how do they? So what do they sell? They're selling the house. They're selling the furniture. What are they selling?
You can unlock the houses, but you can add rooms onto them, like character slots and stuff. Like you could buy a basement for 800 gems.
Exactly.
Well, it'd probably be like 2,000.
Buy a family in the.
Add a second story. They could even do it in like it happens over the course of a day, and like workers come out and like build, and you can watch it and stuff.
I can definitely see some kind of Farmville sim added to it, right? Maybe if they can capitalize.
If Neopets can do player housing and make tons of money off of it,
they can capitalize.
Guild Wars 2 can do it.
Yeah,
adoption license for a girlfriend.
They can capitalize on like the void that people have in their soul from BDO, because BDO is like kind of like Second Life Simulator where you got to leave it on the entire time. It's like always like you got to have all the shit doing something. Dude, they can get all the EVE Online players as well. Holy shit, dude! Like we can bring everyone in. We can get
over the goons.
We can bring every other MMO
did have
player.
A pretty good housing plot thing.
That was all it had.
What happened in what was the housing system in WildStar?
Shitty PS2 cartoon graphics, and people still loved it for some reason.
Yeah, I mean the graphics were very Pixar,
PlayStation 2,
Disney, whatever. But you had a housing plot. There was a number of different houses you could buy, which is empty on the inside, and then you had all kinds of different tools, plants and couches and clocks and a million different combinations of things. But you could also put other things in there, like a garden plot that you can go farm every day. There were little like adventure type nodes you could put in there as well. So at one point you could build almost like a PvP arena in your home instance, so you could sort of duel each other, fight each other, or whatever the case was. And little adventure type things that could earn you currency for the game. Like one was sort of like a jumping puzzle thing, and if you got to the top, you got some kind of currency thing.
Okay. Well, I can see ArenaNet implementing a system as in-depth and complex as that. Actually,
they already have guild halls.
Wait, well, they haven't done. They don't. We don't talk about that here, Brazil. Okay, just don't talk about guild halls.
Why?
Not.
Because it's been abandoned since fucking Heart of Thorns launch, basically.
People still use guild halls, though.
They have the tech.
Yeah, like I don't.
They just don't have a guild team.
If they do introduce player housing to Guild Wars 2, I was about to ask whether or not you think it's a good idea, because then that would mean that maybe they would have to devote even more people to another part of the game that's not the rest of the game, and that could be bad for staffing. But they could just treat it like they did guild halls, in that they introduced these things as features of the expansion, and then any additional things after that gem store.
I see a lot of people want fishing as well. That would probably be a selling point for some people if they added fishing. I know you're giving me that look, Brazil, but a lot of people want fishing.
Well, then go to Bass Pro Shop, buy fishing pole, and go outside.
I'm not really into fishing in MMOs, but a lot of people really like fishing.
I don't think
If you're hardcore, go buy a little 380 auto pistol and just like get a snorkel and go in the water and just shoot them.
You can't sell.
I mean, why
an
not just buy
expansion.
dynamite and throw it into the lake?
You can't sell an expansion on fishing, guys.
No, you can't sell it just on that alone, but, you know, in addition to...
In addition, fishing and you know...
Fishing, housing, the cooking
Boats.
500, you know,
This
whatever.
this reminds me of someone. I used to know someone, and they had a pond that they stocked, and they would go fishing with dynamite.
Oh my god.
They would take
This
dynamite.
is definitely Texas.
Like, they had like a zip line thing, and they would run dynamite across over the zip line, hit a trigger, it would drop and go into the water and just blow the shit out of all the fish that were in there. They'd like fly like half a mile into the air.
Like blowing up fish in a very large barrel.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't get it. Like, it was horrifying to even hear about, but
I just
The
googled
worst
fishing.
is-
It looks messy and tedious.
Oh, do you think it'll be really intriguing? Like, do you think they'll go all out with ArenaNet fishing? If that's the case, they'll like you have to scale it afterwards. You have to gut it. You have to. No, you don't have to do that. I
If they
mean,
had-
honestly,
if they had
fishing's not
fishing-
so bad because I feel like it's another gathering profession that you could be. It's not so
Basically.
bad. You go all over the world, fish different places, and then it could make your cooking skill go to 500 because you can
Right.
start making fish dishes.
Right.
So that's not so bad.
Wait, so fish is just every single like
Seaweed
level
fish salad.
500 is all fish.
Exactly. You become a
Fish
sushi
salad.
master.
there could be
Mango,
like dive
salsa
master
covered
as well.
salmon.
Redo the dive master so you go fishing in all the locations where dive master is.
Yeah.
Aether blade jumping puzzle into like the 2 inches of water just to go fishing in it.
Whoa, holy shit. There are no fish recipes currently.
No, there's not.
I know. Because there's no fish.
What
There's
the
sockeye
fuck?
salmon.
There you go, and you add a little pond to your home instance,
Oh.
so you never have to leave, and you just
shit.
Player housing. You know what else they could do? Is all of the gym store passes, like the Royal Terrace and all that stuff, those could have portals to your player homes.
Yeah.
It's just one portal and you figure out which one to go to. Oh, imagine the cash, the fat dollars.
Oh yeah, there's koi cake. But wait, isn't that like is that an actual recipe that you had to, that you
No,
did?
I think that's just a New Year's meme.
Yeah. It dropped some New Year stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a recipe.
Mm.
Maybe we'll learn to do it though.
Yeah.
Maybe in Cantha we
Yeah.
start catching some koi.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
with whatever they do for the next mastery, it will be very polished. Like I think they did a good job with the mounts, right? And all the other people coming from the other MMOs, are like, whoa, these mounts are crazy. Compared to
they
the
are.
other ones, so to the ones in other MMOs, and well, they certainly are looking at other MMOs. Like it really does make mounts in other games look shit. Actually, the ones we have in Guild Wars 2. So I mean, if they do the same with the home instance, and that's really popular. I mean, stuff like I don't know. This is a bit of a dirty word actually for any World of Warcraft players here. Okay, but I actually think in Guild Wars 2, something like the Garrison would be really popular. Is anyone familiar with what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it popular at first, and then people really start? I don't know what changes were made, but then people start to really hate it.
Yeah, I think, it's like, oh, wow, this is kind of cool. But then it started getting integrated in everything, right? And that's
Right,
all you
yeah,
do. Like,
yeah.
you
Went overboard.
You spend all your time in the Garrison doing nothing else, right?
Right.
And then, there's a fucking mobile app, dude. For you can play WoW on the go. Like, yeah, I'm going to send out my followers, guys. Going to get me some
That's what
epics,
the
boys.
Guild Wars 2 mobile app is.
You gotta get me some.
There you go.
Well, but seriously though, that is exactly what kind of thing would be good for a Guild Wars 2 mobile app, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
It would
SWTOR had
be
something
easy
similar.
fun.
You sent your minions out on missions, and they'd bring you back loot.
It would
It's
be
like
easy
Assassin's
fun.
Creed. Send out your assassins to kill people
There you go.
and build the town.
There's this interior design game that I know some people that really enjoy playing. Maybe they'll do something like that, and then
Yeah.
whatever you do interior design
You know what's
on your
interesting
mobile
about
app.
that is when you play the core story, and I know everybody loves the core story, right? When you play the core story, depending on the decisions you make, it sends certain people to your home instance.
Mm.
Right.
They could finally levy those to be something of use and send them out to, I don't know, gather or do something for you, right?
Like instead of just standing still in your home instance,
Yeah,
get them to.
whatever.
Well,
But you've been in my house for too long. Get to work.
Was there any branching in the story in Path of Fire?
No.
There wasn't really any branching in Heart of Thorns either, right? There
There was in Path of Fire. There was branching.
Really?
Yeah, you chose whether you supported Joko or.
Oh, yeah.
That one thing.
Yeah, well, like
Yeah.
one thing. That was actually kind of cool. It changes a lot of stuff, which is I do like. that,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
But it wasn't really relevant, was it?
It wasn't very relevant, but it was interesting because, like, I think in the final instance, your party, the people you could talk to, and the things that you, basically, the people you talk to in the final party, are there depending on what you actually complete in the storyline and what you do in the storyline, and also heart quests. I think they're like heart quests and stuff like that. They only show up there if you've talked to them and helped them out.
It has minimal impact, but it has a little bit.
So I'm just curious if ArenaNet is interested in branching, really, and having decisions matter. Although I suppose that would be a way to reintegrate it into it. I suppose maybe
They may not care nowadays. At one point, they did. 2012, they did care. They tried to make it matter. It just didn't actually.
Because one of my complaints in the personal story is well, the living story or whatever, is that I always feel like my character, the player character, is an idiot, and he does stupid stuff and he says stupid things, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well. Maybe,
I'd rather have some choice.
And
I'd
I've
rather
said
have a
it
little
lot of
choice.
times.
I mean, obviously, my choice if I would just let Timey die. Like my character, unironically said, like, well, guys, we have to save Timey. This is the worst thing ever. Like Time, oh my god, dude, I'm like, we don't have to rush now. I mean, we could take a break. We could relax.
I don't know, man. I think they really did have to save Timmy because she's the one who comes up with every single thing to solve every situation. If she's dead, the world is over. The world is done.
Timey is the worst character in any video game.
Wow.
It's
In
not
any
true.
video
Timey
game?
is worse than
not true
Thrall
at
in
all.
World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Oh, you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've said it a lot of times, but the player character is not representative of how you as a player feel, but it's just another character that is
yeah.
the same for everybody, basically.
Yeah, he or she. They're there to kind of push the story. They're there, and they do stuff that progresses the story. And sometimes it's in a way that I think probably most people wouldn't really agree with, right? And they say very weird things, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's just like how a lot of people hate Bram, and they hate how the commander doesn't react harshly to his nonsense.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
Can we just not pretend that any of them are good? They're all bad.
Well, there was like the weird shit.
Any instance or conversation with Timey, I feel like I'm watching Jimmy Neutron. Like they're just the like big brain like normie ideas, and like constant like we've just got to like shove this like 300 IQ little kid, and it's like actually the same voice actor too, which makes it even worse. And like it's awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's bad. It's so bad. It's bad.
Okay.
Some people like Timey.
Why?
Some people do.
A lot of
And you know
people
what?
do.
You know what? I can respect that, all right. But the game forces me that my character likes Timey.
No.
What do you mean, no?
You've just spoken incorrectly.
Okay.
Respecting that is
Oh, boy.
incorrect. Acknowledging it is correct. I acknowledge that there are some people that like Timey. I do not respect their like and enjoyment for Timey.
And I kind
That
of
is-
do. Like,
that's-
if they enjoy Timey, fuck it. Like, you know what? Knock yourselves out. Get a tattoo.
No,
Get a Timey
that's it.
tattoo.
No,
Just do it.
No,
Just do it. Inks, do it.
I acknowledge
Okay?
that people
Right on the
like
forehead there.
Oh,
I don't
yeah, that'll-
respect that.
Yeah.
That'll be first on my list.
Just get it
Do it
done.
under your
All right?
beard.
Under the
And
beard.
so like
yeah.
every time you shave.
Yeah.
Timmy's
Just a
dead.
big timey tattoo right on my face. Yeah.
Yeah, I am not really. I'm not really capable of enjoying Timey. I think it's not even possible for me. But it's whatever, right? I mean,
I don't mind Timey.
I just try and ignore it. That's what I try and do.
I really want her to just assimilate herself into a golem body.
But that would be kind of cool, actually. But well, I think they're
It does
going in
seem
that
like she's
direction,
gonna,
though.
yeah, they might do that.
Yeah.
They might.
Yeah, because that means they could also kill her, right? Because right now she is a child. They cannot kill children in video games.
I mean, there are Skyrim mods for it.
She's not. She's not really dying though. She's
infirm.
ascending.
Oh,
Then
that's
she'll
what
turn
she-
it.
yeah.
No, what I'm
He's
saying is
downloading.
she can
He's
turn into a
downloading more
golem. She can turn into
Turns
a golem,
into an
right?
AI.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she's like, she has to hold up a door for us. We have to escape out of the door, and then the door just crushes her or something.
That already happened.
Well, yeah, but it happens again though. It's they're reinforcing it. It happens again. The past repeats itself.
Yeah.
Okay, except instead of Scruffy, it's her as a golem.
That already happened twice.
Well, they can do it
And now-
again.
And now for the rest of the story, we can say, Alexa, Timey, please play me some song. And
No,
it
wait,
plays music.
wait, hang on. Wait a minute. Whoa, guys, I'm getting scared.
Slash Timey.
Surely, if she ascends into a golem, we'll never be rid of her, because if she dies in the golem, she can just transfer herself to
Look.
another golem.
Well,
Look,
she's
you're
gonna
never
going
going to be rid of her anyway, so it doesn't matter.
She's going to transfer, there's going to be a memory chip inside the communicator so that she'll just be there as an AI talking to you all the time.
You know, like Cortana in Halo, or
Exactly.
or we get to go underneath Divinity's Reach and find that golem guy who had all the golem AI stuff that's buried underneath Divinity's Reach with all of the treasure in that gem, the golem soul gem thing.
Yeah.
We could do that. It won't happen though, because that's a good idea.
Timey is the internet.
Yep. Wait, can someone please remind me where we were going with this? Where are we?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Timey's a bad character.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Okay, let's go.
So with Timey, with the Eternal Alchemy, with golems, if you have a Timey, transfer her consciousness to a golem, it's now a consciousness in the golem. I think we've had this conversation before. I don't think we resolved it. Is her soul or her energy in that golem, or is it just a computer programmed as Timey?
Cool. Well, that's a bit of a that's a bit of an interesting question, isn't it? In general, right?
It's either a dynamic event or it's a heart quest in Metrica Province, where I think it's a dynamic event because you have to do it for the Dark Harvest collection, and it's
Ula.
that golem, Ula, where she's a necromancer that puts people into golems. And that's also in the Guild Wars 2 books, that guy who was, I think they worked together in some capacity or something, I don't remember exactly, but he was this golem necromancer guy who wanted to make magic golems. He basically wanted to make Five Nights at Freddy's, but in Guild Wars 2.
Right.
And so he ended up living with humans because all the rest of the rats hated him, and he was well loved, and
Sounds like an episode of Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, it was he was. Anyways, and so he ended up. They buried him in this crypt, directly under the center of Divinity's Reach, with this giant red gem that's like a golem eye. And the explorers, what was his name? Dunstan, or that guy that was in Explorer Dundriff. He was in Lion's Arch. I don't remember where he went or what happened.
Talking about Dougal.
Yeah,
Dougal
him. And that was the whole thing.
You're talking about
then
the
what happens-
start of Ghosts of Ascalon, actually.
So then what happens if Blim or Blish and or Timey, if she does this, what if the golem gets reprogrammed? What happens then?
What?
Can the golem be reprogrammed? It's a machine.
Why would they allow their golem to be reprogrammed if that was their AI?
Well, I imagine it's theoretically possible to erase the person, right? Unless there's some kind of weird meme that the soul is it's just indelible, if you will. It can't be removed.
I assume if the golem gets destroyed, the soul that was in there goes back to the Eternal Alchemy, or is it trapped in that golem now?
Stays
Well,
in the golem.
Yeah, it would be in the golem. You got to back yourself up, Boots.
Yeah. Well,
You got to have a backup.
well, what does that mean? Guys, we're getting into some big brain, some very big
Put
brain
yourself on a
400 IQ
USB
stuff.
stick,
Well,
carry it around.
and if you back yourself up, what does that even mean, though? If you copy your own soul, what happens there? right?
Can you copy your own soul?
Monka Mega, dude. Like that's some pretty scary shit.
It's more like your consciousness and not your.
But what if you did that and what if there was an army of Timies at that point?
Unfortunately, that might be where we're heading.
Imagine the final story instance of Path of Fire. We face off against Kralkatorrik. We turn behind us and we see 1,000 Timey golems.
That's right.
It really makes you think that
Commander,
the Pale Tree is ridiculously powerful because it creates souls out of nothing. Out of what? Out of energy that it collects from the ground, I guess.
No, I think it's out of itself.
Is it?
Yeah, because they're all connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just makes the material out of, who knows what, but I think that the Pale Tree, puts its essence into the people. It's basically making, voodoo dolls.
Was this the story of Soma, Key?
Who's that?
The Soma's a video game.
Yeah, I know souls equals magic, Marcus. But, where does it get the magic from? It can't continuously create Sylvari, can it? Unless it's got its roots in the ley lines.
I've seen some of Altered Carbon. I didn't see all of it. I should go back and finish that. But yeah, you just need to make some new sleeves, man. Just sleeve up.
I'm
spooked. New golem.
I'm spooked. I'm scared.
That's where it's going. Story confirmed.
The Pale Tree could technically, possibly, if it creates the new beings and infuses them with memories, and all it needs is some magic that it gets from the ley lines, it could make an army of Traherns.
Wait.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What the fuck?
I love that.
Yeah, but the Pale Tree is more like the Pale Tree is a little bit different. It's more like it creates a Sylvari, it implants general knowledge and notion in the head, and then you develop as an individual. So you're not copies of the same person necessarily.
Did my character really develop as an individual? I woke up.
No, because you're the commander and you're the same commander as everybody else.
You're special, Boots. Okay, you're special. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking the commander Sylvari wakes up from the dream. Yeah. And is basically the same character as all the other characters. It basically came fully fledged as a person who wants to help the world, right?
Yes, well, yes and no, because the Pale Tree gives you a dream or a mission to do.
Right.
Sometimes you're the commander, sometimes you shovel pig shit. It's just luck of the draw as to what dream you're gonna get.
RNG.
Do you think
RNG.
Do you think there's that one? There's that one Sylvari who's like, "Oh, my dream is to shovel pig shit." Are you fucking serious? Imagine being that guy, dude.
Feels bad, man.
Those are probably the ones who say this rose has thorns. Here they are, just repeatedly.
Well, that's every nightmare court was just the janitor.
They quit.
Yeah, they rebelled. They were like, I refuse this to be my dream. You can't tell me what to do.
But to kind of bring back to something, maybe a little bit different. Okay, I think this is a bit of an unusual direction we've somehow found ourselves on. You know what is kind of interesting, to go back about an hour in time. You know what I want to see, guys? Okay, something that might happen. Some massive UI reworks. How about that? How about we fix the mail system so I can send more than 2 mails to people who are my friends? Okay. Yeah. How about we fix the chat suppression system, which is just a complete AIDS right now. Okay, awful.
Sham is not happy.
Okay. Fix the trading post so I can sell more than 10 things in a row without it giving me a completely irrelevant error message. Oh, yes, we think you're a bot, so we're not going to let you sell anymore. Oh, fuck off! How about, let's see, we could fix the guild panel, which is just a mess. Let's just talk about that. Absolute mess. Absolute fucking mess. Let's see, what else needs to be fixed? I think that's kind of about it. No, there's one more thing that I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting something that's really AIDS about the UI in the game. Fuck. What is it?
The bank?
Not so bad.
Fuck. Is it the LFG? No, it's not the LFG. There's something else, guys. There's something else really, really
No,
cancerous
is it the LFG? How it's just like open world is just a giant list of 700 maps.
You could probably use some reorganizing, yeah.
Friends list.
Oh,
LFG is
the
cancer, people are
the
saying.
offline bug. Ooh, okay.
LFG suppression.
Oh, and also, can we talk about people blocking you and still being able to talk to you? Seriously, like, can we make that not happen? That's unreal, dude.
Okay. There's where I agree with you. 100%.
Or the world versus world, you block the person and then you just whisper them, you find them.
But you know,
That's fun.
you could also, like, appearing offline. If you're appearing offline, can you whisper people?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
you
that's-
can.
So a lot of people who are
People can whisper you too if they know that you're offline.
Is that true? Like, if you whisper somebody on your
If they
offline,
were
I
in a
thought
previous,
it was blocked.
if they were in a conversation with you already and you go offline, they can continue to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, happens to me every once in a while.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's the kind of quality of life that I would very much like to see put in the game. Okay, because it just makes me sad. Okay, it just makes me sad that this game has so many annoying things in it. Because it, well, honestly, at least I'm complaining about something that's basically completely trivial.
Well,
But
maybe
seriously,
that's a bug.
Yeah.
Apparently.
the trading post thing and the mail thing is the bane of my life. Okay, right. Hear me out, guys. Right, I had
ready.
to manually send prizes for the raid tournament. Okay, and I can send 2 mails a minute. Bear in mind, I had to send the rewards to each player in about 5 or 6 mails because I can only send 5 items per mail, and I wasn't sending gold because everyone's already fucking gold capped because they're all fucking raid sellers, right? Sending them gold is, you know, it's not going to cut it, right? Okay. Do you know how long that took? At 2 mails a minute. And bear in mind, guys. Oh,
Probably a couple days.
Here's a real great meme.
probably
You know
a
what
couple
happens
days.
if you try and send a mail in the timer before the 60 seconds is up? It resets the timer. Oh, yeah, it does. It resets the fucking timer. Okay?
Oh, man. Luckily, I never have that problem because I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I don't give anything away.
That's all mine.
Well, give gem codes away, but you know that doesn't go through the thing. You know, totally, sort of related, but not really. You know, I wish we could buy like 400 and 800 gem gift codes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Just as a player, not even as a content creator or something.
You can. You just go to
Send gold.
GameStop or Walmart or whatever.
No, you got to spend $25. You can't
Can't
buy
you
like
also
a
just
400
send
gems
gold
or 800
to
or
people?
whatever. You could, but I mean, I don't know. It's not quite the same thing.
I mean, yes, you're right. There's one step difference.
Well, and it changes, and I don't know. It would just be nice if you could buy that in game. Just buy a code, randomly generated code for 800 gems or 400 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Nice.
think that would be pretty good. I mean, I get that sort of thing would be pretty good. I mean, I suppose that's why they kind of have the gifting system. I suppose it's kind of like doing that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like if you buy gems and you gift someone something that's worth those gems, it's kind of
Well,
like gifting the gems.
That system needs work too, because number one, when you gift somebody, it doesn't tell you which account or who sent it to you.
Oh yeah,
If
that
they
is
don't,
annoying actually.
they
Yeah.
get you.
Oh.
And if they send you something you already have, or let's say you just don't want it, and you return it, you got to go through a whole song and a dance so that person can get their money back rather than have
you
the
do.
item returned or whatever.
Support ticket.
Wait, can you
Yeah.
actually? I didn't even know you could even return stuff.
Well, you can't directly return to sender, right? So
Yeah,
if you don't want it,
support
you have to go delete it. The person who sent it to you, which you might not even know who the hell that is, has to open a support ticket. Otherwise, the item and money just gets lost. You
So
know?
I gotta get going in 2 minutes, but it does sound like there are a lot of little tiny things that aren't that consequential in the game, but are little pet peeves that anybody
no
could
boots, it matters.
have. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're playing for a game for 5 years, there's going to be a lot of things that get on your nerves that add up after a while, and You can make a list of them.
Yeah.
But they're probably not going to get fixed.
There are a few minor issues that are, I don't know, they're such minor complaints, but they really do grate with me. The thing that grates with me most is probably the trading post thing. Like the mail thing you can kind of get around. Right? That's fine. It's whatever. Right? You can kind of get it over with. But the stuff like the trading post, in my opinion, the trading post thing is a little inexcusable. And also, let's talk about restrictions for new players. Okay. And now I respect that bots are annoying. Right? That bots are really, really annoying. Okay? Mm-hmm. They're ruining the economy. They ruin our game. Okay? They ruin our game. But do they really have to punish people so hard? Like, does the average player really have to get screwed to the degree that they do, just to mitigate bots? Is that really necessary? Are there not some fail-safes you could put in? Like, you can send as many mails as you want to people on your friends list or in your guild, for example. Are you really gonna bot spam your own guild? I mean, maybe on a hacked account?
Your guild could maybe block you so that it would stop or something.
I mean, is that really that bad? The restrictions on the trading post is just infuriating, right? If you want to sell 20 things, it's just going to give you an error message. And you know what was really interesting? It used to say, like, oh, it's an error. But then ArenaNet eventually changed it to what it actually meant, which was, we're just going to stop you selling this because... fuck you, right? And I don't know. In my opinion, like that is pretty unacceptable. And so you should be able to sell as much stuff as you want, Come on. Uninstall Trash Wars 2. Trash Wars 2. Let me just change it up a little bit.
How dare you?
This game is the best. Game is the best MMO out there, guys. No question. The fact that we're complaining about like the fucking mail limit in this game is testament. Guys, you want to go to the you want to go to Bless Online subreddit and say, you know what? You know why I quit Guild Wars 2 was that piece of shit mail system, dude. Seriously, like that just tipped me over the edge. Now I've come to Bless Online, dude. No one's gonna say that, okay? It's like, come on, man, come on, get the fuck out of here. Well, yeah, I don't know. These are some little things that do kind of annoy me. All right, it's sort of a few irritating things that get on my nerves. Okay, they grind my gears.
They grind your gears.
And the reason they annoy me is because they just don't have to. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way, man. Like what? It feels bad, man.
I do have to go now, but you guys keep talking.
Yes.
And
how dare you, Boots?
Sorry, I'll see you.
How dare you?
I'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have...
Nope, unfollowed. Where's your...
No!
Yeah, okay, Boots. I'm blocking you, kid. Okay, see you later, buddy. Okay.
Bye forever, everybody.
Yeah. Don't forget to whisper him while he's offline.
No, that's so sad.
Have a good one, Boots.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Is it food? Food time? Yeah? Food time?
Yeah, I have to make more food.
Yeah, all right. Well, okay, enjoy.
Bye.
He's gone.
What are you doing, Brazil?
Adjusting my watch.
Oh.
Okay.
Because my arms are smaller now because I've lost so much weight.
That's
it's
a good
loose.
thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Brazil getting jacked. I think free account should also have login reward track, except it's locked on the first week and only cycles through it. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. It's a bit of an annoying thing, but I find it kind of weird that new accounts are so restricted on the trading post and sending stuff to people as well. I mean, you can receive stuff, so I guess that's kind of okay. But I don't know. I am more than willing to accept the fact that maybe there is a much larger problem with botting than I am aware of, and new accounts being used in an abusive way to spam people, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't really experience a lot of spam in the game. I don't even get like the gold selling messages anymore. And bear in mind, guys, I don't block anyone. I've got no one on my block list. But maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm correct there.
It used to be much worse, like a year or two ago. About a year ago, you used to see a lot more of it, especially when you went into PvP. But not as much anymore. Every once in a while, I get a whisper, please buy from PvP Bank or whatever the hell it's called. You know.
Yeah, PvP Bank.
New full accounts. New full accounts do get restricted actually. as well. Correct me if I'm correct. Oh wait, did I say that? Oops, sorry, I'm a little tired.
Ben P says it's because they get taken care of really fast now. That's good.
Bots get cleansed. Get
really
wrecked,
good.
bots.
Good to
Get the
hear.
hell out of here. But you know, I don't know. There you go.
Correct me if I'm correct. Yes.
For example, new full accounts, you can only send... For example, well, again, this is another completely irrelevant quibble that shouldn't even be complained about, really. But so I leech raids. Well, I do raids on alt accounts. And before I can send the loot back to my main, I have to wait like a month before the stuff I can send gets unlocked, right? It takes 30 days or something before you can send unlimited...
Is that on a new
gold in the mail.
account or like a... Like... Is that on a fresh account or on a free-to-play account?
A fresh account, yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
come on, you know, I'm really not gonna.
That
I'm
seems
not.
a bit...
I'm not gonna cause some problems over that. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that. That's
Yeah, but okay, but let's say if you're a brand new player, that seems a bit harsh, right? Let's say you just left Bless Online, you're coming to Guild Wars 2, and you buy the, you know, you use the sale to buy it. You gotta wait 30 days, you're saying, to do that?
I believe you can't send anything for something like 4 days or something, and then basically every day after that it increases the amount of gold you can send up to the point where it gets uncapped after a month. I think I'm correct on that.
I think I remember that happening to me.
But I mean, I'm really... This is a non-issue that affects like the exact people who farm raids on new accounts every week. Like, that is a very... I don't think that really affects anyone.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm
it's
not...
a small amount.
Yeah. That's a very small... Why is everyone zoomed in? Because Boots left the call, so now the Skype is memed. But you know, it's what it, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have very little to actually complain about this game. Just give me the content, then we're fine. Okay. Brazil's in 2 spaces.
That's a Binks. Am I Binks?
You're Brazoots.
Brazoots.
Yeah.
World of Brazil.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, build temp. You know, this discussion about build temps is going to be really interesting. Actually, are they going to actually implement build temps when they have Arc DPS in the game? Like, do they need to at this point? I mean, probably not, because the kind of person who wants build templates probably already has Arc DPS. So the community has been satisfied by Arc DPS. Right, so do they need to implement build templates? I'm sure it is something on the table, right? It's on the list, but I imagine it's not a particularly high priority right now, compared to something else, in my opinion.
Probably right. I think they should still do it, but I also think you're right. I don't think it's as high a priority if they're happy with how Arc works in its build template system.
I'm pretty sure that Arc is on the point of being a little invasive at this point, and like that's for a very specific reason, because I think he probably works pretty close with Chris Cleary, and there's like it's just like he has a little bit of creative freedom as to like how the UI looks and stuff, but I think like the function and everything is like actually dictated to him, because it's lacking in accuracy in a couple of places, and there's obviously stuff that I personally would consider combat data that apparently stuff's not allowed to do, like the HP bars and like alacrity and might. There was a meter at some point that had HP bars on the players that were really easy to see. It also showed Death Shroud, and then underneath it, it had 5 little boxes for might. If all 5 were filled up, you had 25. It's just like in intervals of 5.
Wasn't that
There's
Grace
also
the
a little
Land?
bar. Yeah, it had might too.
Okay.
It had Grace of the Land, and it also had alacrity, and you could turn them on and off. So like you could see, like when I was, you know, Heal Rev God, I could just see the alacrity bars filled up with pink the whole time because I was the king of Heal Rev. But they're not gonna. I mean, I think that's considered combat data, personally. Apparently it's not, you know, from the people that I've talked to about it, even though it's actually combat data. It's just whatever.
It's an unusual one, isn't it? I mean, because you can kind of achieve that result, but suppose you were on your heal rev and you swap to the party view, you could see that, right? You could see if the boon was there. You couldn't see the duration, but you could see if it was there, right? Right? So I don't know. I mean,
no, it wasn't BGDM. BGDM was hacked garbage.
Yeah.
And it was actually designed to be a botnet too.
Wait.
Um, So yeah, the code that Bhagawan used and his infinite knowledge of how things work and his infinite wisdom and his plight to become a community icon because of his ego. Yeah, he got a DPS meter that had functionality to literally be a botnet, and he distributed it to the community at large. And he also managed network traffic so poorly that he had to ask for community funding to host all of his like linked up DP. Yeah, he's an idiot. Stupid.
Classic tea time indeed.
Yeah, classic
Classic
TeaTime.
example of, oh hey, I'm a 15-year-old coder and I heard about open source. This is I'm God now.
Well, I've still got Bag One on Skype. Let's call him. No, let's no, no, let's not do that. Well, Mike wants to add Bag One to the call. No, we're not doing that. Do we have anything else Guild Wars 2 to talk about? Actually, I mean, I don't really want to talk about BGDM. Those times are behind us, guys. Those times are behind us. I don't really know. I don't think I can't comment on this stuff. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It had a memory editor. Like people showed me. They're like, hey, will you look over my hack tables that I use with BGDM so I can fly hack and all sorts of stuff? I'm just like, why would you send me that? You're just uninstall this meter. Whatever.
What legendary do you think we're going to get whenever we get the next patch? Let's just say the 26th, because that's what the consensus is.
Oh,
right?
and something else we can talk about, legendary trinket as well. The ring
yeah.
as well coming up. What legendary, though? Ooh, okay, so what are we missing? We haven't got scepter. We need a longbow.
Right. Yeah.
What else?
Great
Longbow
sword.
would be good.
We need a great sword.
Kudzu sucks.
And Warhorn.
Warhorn. Oh, a new Warhorn could be very interesting, actually. Because Howler is a bit lame, honestly. I mean...
Yep, Kudzu is too.
Especially seeing as the effects are a bit bugged on him as well, right? No, that is an interesting one. I kind of want to say, longbow or greatsword though. I think it's probably gonna be longbow or greatsword.
I think greatsword's going to be last.
I tell you what, Inks is right. Greatsword's gonna be last because everyone already loves the greatswords, right? It's already fucking fat, dude. Yeah, dude. Eternity
So
boys.
I'm thinking longbow, then scepter, warhorn, in whatever order you like, and then greatsword. As far as release goes.
And then, you know what we can do? We can get cracking on the Path of Fire legendary weapons. Hey, yeah, all right.
And then they announced we're doing Gen 2 underwaters.
Okay, that was cheap. All right, okay, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, well, that'd be kind of cool. I would definitely love to see a new Warhorn as well, and a new Longbow, because Longbow is an interesting one. It has a very specific look to it. Kudzu, right? It has a very specific look, and
yeah, it specifically looks bad.
Yeah, it works very well on Ranger, obviously, and I suppose that is where it gets used quite a lot of the time. But suppose you wanted to play Berserker, right? You want to play Condi Warrior. You're going to fire burning arrows out of a leaf bow? I mean, I actually do it because it still looks really...
flower bow.
Still looks really fucking cool, actually. But I actually really like Kudzu. I think it's a great legendary. But, you know, I can definitely see some stuff happening there. What, you don't like Kudzu? How is Kudzu trash, guys? Are you guys serious? Come on.
It's not really my style.
Palette.
But
it's green.
I mean, I don't think it's
it's all the wrong kinds of green, and like, it's terrible.
I don't think it's HMS Divinity. You know,
HMS Divinity. Very good stuff. But I mean, yeah.
HMS Divinity.
Shut your mouth.
I wish you hadn't reminded me of HMS Divinity. That whole patch, they just threw the White Mantle story and like the legendary, all of it just into the trash, into the garbage. Yeah. They threw it into the garbage disposal in the sink and just flipped the switch on it. Just ruined it all.
Which episode was that at? Did that come out with? Was that
It was
one
Caudicus?
where
The Caudicus one,
was
yeah,
that
wasn't it?
that was
Yeah.
the one where you fought Caudicus
Yeah.
in his
I
dungeon
think
room,
so.
right?
I think so, yeah.
Awful,
They nerfed him.
awful,
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Head of the snake. Okay.
Awful.
Head of the snake. Head of the snake. Well, anyway, what is going to go on with the legendary ring? I would assume that in order to finish the legendary ring, you'll have to do the next raid. Right?
Yeah.
The next raid will be a component of that. So, presumably, if we get the new raid, we're going to get the legendary ring. Perhaps that explains why this story has taken, this episode has taken a little bit longer. Maybe they're polishing some stuff up with that collection. There's a bomb! Okay, never mind. They're polishing some stuff up with that, finishing the effects off, all the stuff to do with the legendary ring. Who even knows, there might be some kind of epic collection as well going on there. Yeah, we'll really have to see. I mean, I think we are going to see a lot of big content, guys. Big content coming up in this next patch, for sure, which is why it's maybe taking a little bit longer than usual.
That was Mike Z. He said we should.
Oh, are we saying too much?
We should stop. Yeah.
Yeah?
Hi, Mike.
We've said too much.
We've said too much. Yeah. You must be right on the nose. I don't know.
Well,
Will you bring Robert Frodo back so he can finish dungeons? Mike, can
Robert
you do that?
Frodo?
Robert Frodo? Frodo? I don't know how to pronounce it. I feel so bad for him.
Fungens.
Fungens?
Fungens. Now, it was an interesting outcome of the new player experience. There was a bit of a consensus that dungeons might need to make a return to kind of bridge the gap from the very, very casual content up to the more stuff, right? But then again, Fractals can't do that, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think dungeons aren't coming back there, guys. Dungeons are never coming back. Stop hyping people up just to have their dream shattered teapot. Well, listen, guys, if ArenaNet isn't going to do it, someone's got to do it, okay? All right? Seriously, I will hype stuff as much as I can because people should be excited. This is going to be fucking awesome. Also, guys, please, alliances. Continue to hype alliances, okay? I mean, we're not actually going to talk about alliances now because we don't know anything. And we didn't... Wait, when was that? When's the World vs. World Guild chat? Can we talk about that? What happened there? Wasn't that supposed to be last Friday? Like, or is it this Friday? Is this the special World vs. World Guild chat?
Is it?
I thought there was a special one, but
What
I
does
thought it
that
was
mean?
last Friday. But it
I haven't
was...
heard about it.
What's World versus World Guild chat?
Well, there was going to be a special episode where they
Oh,
talk
it was
about...
marketing, I think.
like the show that they do.
Yeah, the show, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But-
Thanks for
That's
reminding me.
every Friday.
But it just didn't happen. Oh, it wasn't a guild chat, it was a playthrough live? Yeah,
Oh,
but it doesn't...
They played it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was just a special one with... Oh, no, I got it wrong. I thought it was going to be like an epic discussion, leaks on alliances. Well, that's my bad then, never mind. Okay. Because, I misunderstood the situation.
There was a bunch of devs there. I think.
Yeah, Ben P was there and
Ben P was
Raymond
there,
as well.
right?
Yeah.
And they were chatting with the chat and answering a lot of questions and stuff.
Yeah.
They did talk about alliances at one point, but not really new information.
Yeah. Oh well, I found the guild chat about marketing actually very interesting.
I didn't go back and watch it.
I did watch it. It was quite interesting. So something similar to that about World vs. World would be pretty cool. I think. You know what? This is the one thing I don't believe on that marketing thing. Okay, and they swore to it. They swore that the marketing team, and honestly, I guess I have to take their word for it. But they claimed that the advert was effective, right?
What?
Does anyone have a link?
Well, effective on what level? The fact that it got retweeted a lot because people thought it was funny, or
What was that?
I'm not trying to be mean here either. I'm just like there was.
I want to know what this is.
Oh,
What
okay.
is
So
this?
there was a bit of a marketing thing for a little while where ArenaNet was tweeting out quotes from players, like "I love Guild Wars 2" or random quotes. But one of the quotes was just Sugar Cube. Guild Wars 2. I think it was Sugar Cube, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
That was one of the quote tweets or whatever. And then of course everybody memed on it because it was like, what the WTF is this? So was it marketing? Was it popular because it got retweeted and shared a lot? Maybe.
I mean, I guess so.
I don't know.
I can only assume. So I'll tell you what though. What's the what's the head of marketing guy's name? Fuck. It's like HOG. No, it's like what's his? He has like a Reddit account and he like trolls people.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can't remember. But damn, that guy is actually pretty funny.
It made the tea time. It worked. Yeah, we talked about it quite a bit on tea time. Oh, HOGM.
HOG. Yeah, no, he is funny actually. He's a witty guy. He was very entertaining on that show actually. So that was good. But I don't know. I actually find that very illuminating. I do wish that we would see some more guild chats like that. It was very interesting to kind of get inside the mind of the guys who do the marketing, and and honestly, it kind of okay. I was like, fair enough, yeah, sure. At the end of it, like before, we're like marketing. What the fuck are they doing? After I heard what they were saying, I was like, yeah, sure, okay. I can kind of
I've been in the mind of their marketing team since like 2013. I don't. How did you just get in it?
Yeah,
because we've seen a guild chat about it.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a guild chat about it to tell you that they're gonna retweet something that says
Dude, that was actually really fucking nice. Benji's dude, HOGM. I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm memeing your name, but Dan, dude, he handles the kind of the trolls really well as well. It was pretty good actually. It was I was impressed,
it's not Wendy's Twitter level shade, but it
was pretty good actually. They should
bad.
definitely let him have control of the Twitter, man. They should definitely do that. That would be funny actually. Now that would be good, right?
totally aside. Did you see the International House of Burgers, the IHOP thing, the play that they're doing with that? Wendy's somebody tweeted at Wendy's, "Are you guys scared of IHOB?" International House of Burgers, right? And Wendy's is like, we're not really scared of a company that couldn't figure out pancakes.
Got him.
Oh man,
got him. Yeah, the
cameras. We need more of that. We need more of that on from companies.
Let me take over their Twitter. My God, I'd be good at it. I'd be so good.
Yeah.
I'd be so good at it.
Do you know what? I'd like to put you in Guild Wars 2's Twitter, dude.
I'd do it. Give me that. Give me those account deets. Give me the deets, ain't it? Give me the deets.
Just give him one day, okay? Just give Brazil one day.
Look at happen. 24 hours.
You want to talk about marketing success, man? Tweeting out, the people wouldn't even remember that. Give me 10 minutes, and that would be just, oh my God, that would be just pushed so far out of everyone's memory. The first thing I would do, I would drive down to Austin from Dallas. I would hire homeless people.
Wait, what?
Buy them all Starbucks and get Ubers and recreate the South Southern Cove commercial just as a total parody. It would be incredible. But give me like $600 for the budget. And that would be the most successful video marketing campaign you have ever
what's funny
had.
is it's funny you say that, because I think Georges was on a couple of weeks ago and you guys were talking about marketing, and he was saying how he felt like the Griffin was like the worst marketing they've ever done, and I'm like, then you haven't seen the taxi cab thing.
Oh, the taxi thing.
You're not aware of taxi cab marketing then.
Ooh, yeah, the taxi thing, that was an interesting one. Honestly, even the Guild Wars 2 trailer was very questionable. Do you remember that one with the fucking graffiti? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, swimming through a flooded house or something, and
man.
Eventually you merge out and you're in the game leading an army for a scene that never happens. Yeah.
That was interesting. That was a fun one.
Like mud caked on your face that cracked. It was.
Yeah, the Commando class trailer was nice.
On your skin.
I don't know. So the Guild Wars 1 stuff, which was a bit tongue in cheek. I don't know. I'm not a particularly serious person, so I love that stuff. Maybe that's not the direction that things are gonna go in, but I don't know. There was some pretty funny stuff in Guild Wars 1. Some little meme references that were pretty good, but. No, I guess
I feel like they were more
memes
into
are off
that
the
then.
menu, man. Yeah, they were more into that, I think, very much so.
Pop culture references.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop culture references.
Here. I'll go one better than all of that.
Okay.
Okay.
I am giving ArenaNet marketing explicit permission to parody me and use my image and make an absolute buffoon out of me on their Twitter
Wait, what?
for views and attention. You have my permission. Do it.
What?
ArenaNet Ben P, if you're watching, pass the word along. If you want to get views, go for it. Go ahead. I'll record audio and video just for you too. You don't even have to come here and film me. I'll give you footage.
Okay.
Do it.
But why would they do that?
Because they can clown on the biggest Guild Wars 2 tyrant elitist that has ever played this game.
Wow.
Reddit would love it. Reddit would love it. That would have more upvotes than I'm not pre-ordering Heart of Thorns.
I don't know if enough people know who you are anymore for it to be effective.
That's good, Ben.
Woo!
That's good. You should transfer to
Woo!
finance. You have an knack for it.
Oh boy. Ouch.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. That is fire. That is fire.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want. It's brilliant.
Okay. Alrighty. Do we have any final things that we want to talk about? Anything else we want to talk? Any kind of quality of life stuff, or that you guys would like to see, or I don't know. I'm just really excited. I just want a patch, man. I want raids. I want worlds first. Okay. They put the challenge mode in. They put the challenge modes on every boss, guys. Okay. They're doing new skins. They added Doom's Bench, but instead of a Doom's Bench, it's a Doom's Bench and a Ghostly Infusion, just fused in together. And also, it's also a white mantle portal device. You go on the chair, and it portals you somewhere else, dude. How about that? Can we just fuse it all together?
Sounds good.
And then they add 2v2s as well. 2v2 tournament.
I just really want a trailer.
Trailer. Then they start shilling the game. We shill the game. They add more mounts because they make more money, therefore they make more content.
Oh boy.
Let's go. Guys, bear in mind.
I do expect within the next couple of months we're gonna get another RNG mount license thing. 15 more mounts again, around that number. Same system as the last one they just did.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
couple more months.
Maybe. We'll have to see. Do they even?
I think it's too effective not to do it.
Do they even need to though? I mean, they're doing fine without it.
Well, I mean,
and it didn't. I mean, I think ArenaNet has always been known as a company that it really does excel at the business model. And what I mean by that is that they have a very fair one. I mean, even those were pretty fair, guys, honestly. It wasn't that unfair.
I think I agree with that.
they gave you more options for sure. They made the pool a lot smaller, so it didn't feel as bad as the first time that they did it. You know,
even Black Lion keys, an item I would say never to purchase on the gem store, are actually pretty fair, honestly. Right? In my opinion.
I would not recommend.
If you open them in quantities of 25 to 50, they're actually pretty fair. They do kind of work out as rough kind of value-ish. In my experience, anyway. Maybe I've been very lucky. And bear in mind, that's the item I would say, ooh, yeah, even that kind of works out okay. So I think maybe ArenaNet are very happy just to go with conventional microtransactions instead of the loot boxes, because they already have a reputation for having pretty much the fairest MMO business model anyway. No sub fee. The expansions are kind of cheap anyway, right? Like it's the Path of Fire is kind of cheap, right? How many permanent contracts have you?
I agree with that word specifically.
Wait, what?
Cheap.
Cheap?
Yes.
Yeah. I've got no permanent contracts, but the thing is, if you translate the money I spent on gems into gold, my account value does tend to increase by the same amount when I open Black Lion keys, right?
Wardrobe unlocks and such, right?
Yeah. And just the drops in general, like all the Black Lion stuff.
I still think that they have a ways to go with it, but I think ArenaNet themselves are pretty happy with the balance they've struck with Black Lion keys currently.
They're certainly a lot better. And especially, well, what they did do, which I never saw this one coming, Ryan, when they added this latest Blackline key, they put the 2K mount skin in it. That was I was like, wow, okay.
And I'm sure that they actually did really well with that because people will be really tempted to
go for the
gamble
keys.
for it.
Yeah, to gamble for it instead. Yeah. So that was really cool, really interesting actually. So there were 2 unique skins in the Black Lion chest. In fact, there were the Exalted Gloves, which are really cool, by the way, and also the dog, right? The dog with loads of tails. So you could get 2,000 gems worth just by opening the keys, in addition to all the stuff you got as well. In fairness, I actually opened about 100 keys in order to get it. It was like, ooh, okay. Yeah. So that was that stung a little bit, but some people got it on like the first one. In fact, Roy got it on his second key, I think, or something like that. So I mean, hey, there you go.
Those stories are always going to come out of the woodwork. Like if let's say you have terrible luck, you're always going to hear about
all of those
25 people who got it in the first, 5 keys or something.
My friend got a Black Lion key from like Personal Story or like maybe I don't even remember where it came from. It may have been a random drop, honestly. He got a Black Lion key, just one. Opened a chest, got the Ghastly Grinning Shield through a random wardrobe unlock.
Holy shit!
There you go, easy.
Well,
easy.
I can't top that, but I got the Scythe skin, which is worth about 2.5k from a random.
I got the Spawnier gauntlets. Just I didn't even know what they were. I had a key from some point. And
I would be Inks. You might know this.
My luck is not
actually.
that good.
Are the wardrobe unlocks weighted towards Black Lion skins and stuff like that? Is it weighted in any way?
What do you mean?
Are you more likely to get a skin that is Black Lion than something else? Because I get a freakishly high amount of Black Lion skins and kind of rare ones than common ones.
I think that there's just an overwhelmingly larger amount of Black Lion skins than anything else. Because every once in a while I will get a Gemstore skin or a backpack glider or whatever the case is. But most of the time, it's Black Lion skins. But there's a lot of Black Lion skins I don't have, right? So,
I don't have, thing is, I mean, you might say that you have all the other skins, but the thing is, I kind of don't. I guess I have quite a lot, but really, I don't have all the karma stuff. I don't have the racial stuff.
Then you're very lucky.
I don't have. I don't have like the junk skins, So
I can't tell you how many times I've seen people open Black Lion wardrobes or weapons or armor and get like a wood sword or something. Oh. Some green weapon that they didn't unlock. For armor, I tend to unlock a lot of the racial skins, like the tier 3 armors and stuff. I tend to unlock a lot of.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, a bit of a slight sidetrack there, but I think that might do it, guys. Everyone got anything else we want to talk about? But I think that's probably going to do it. I think we've had a good conversation, and I've been saying I think too much.
You should stop thinking.
Yeah, stop thinking, guys. Just buy more gems. All right, just buy more gems and fund Guild Wars 3. Okay, that's all we need to do here. Okay, otherwise I'm gonna have no content.
Love you, Inks.
Yeah. So,
that's very nice.
Aww. Dude, that's very sweet, isn't it?
It's much nicer than what people normally tell me.
Feels bad, man. Are we gonna get a bit of a copy pasta going on there? I mean, is that what we're gonna do? Yeah. Okay, next tea time we're bringing Bic back, guys. Okay, Bic is now a regular on tea time. Let's go. Yeah, Bic is now back on tea time. Forever.
Brazil
forever.
Is begging, please.
Bic
please bring
is
me back.
coming back every single time.
And
we're cloning him. We're cloning him. 2 Bics on tea time.
No, bring me with him.
Okay.
Do it.
Unsubbed, canceling sub. Wow. I mean, okay. All right. Okay. Fine. Would you guys still come and watch if it was a Bic versus Brazil debate?
I will definitely be there to watch.
You're not. Why would you call it a debate? It's gonna be a slam dunk, and I'm just gonna throw him in the trash.
Well, I'll tell you what, chat. What if we did that not on tea time? Okay, because I don't want to bring the AIDS. What if we just did that on another day instead? Right? What if we actually just did a Bic Brazil debate just for fun on a random day anyway? Right? Just for no reason. Just for the fuck of it, right?
Make sure you tweet me.
Okay, we'll hype it up. We'll get some proper debates going. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I bet you guys will. But anyway, all right, it's time to bring the shilling, guys. We have reached the end of tea time. I can't believe we managed to talk for 2 hours and 12 minutes about basically nothing and just pure memes. But that's why you guys are watching Tea Time. We make our own content, guys. That's what we do. We make our own content and then wait for some in the game. Nice.
Bic in Brazil, so your cancer will get cancer.
So yeah, Bic. The only way Bic wins in PvP is literally with a pay-to-win build.
Oh my gosh.
Pay-to-win soul beast, so I can win 1v1s on my stream. I feel like that's all I need to say about that topic.
But anyway, all right. Let's chill. Let's see. Returning to Guild Wars 2 in general. Okay.
It's MMO Inks.
He's been a while. He's been around a little while, but now he's finally circling back. Just like the moon will have, well, is slowly leaving us. Brazil has returned to us. So basically the exact opposite of the moon. Okay. But the asteroid will crash into the Earth. Except it's actually a ghostly infusion. Except actually, it's a boo with the anime face on it. It is Brazil, aka ghostly infusion. What are you up to? What are your schemes?
I have a lot of those. Do you just mean like related to Guild Wars 2 or what?
Well, yeah, related to Guild Wars 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can't do the real life ones. That doesn't apply here.
Well, my number one goal is to shill fishing, so they put fishing into Guild Wars 2, and they can sell an expansion based off of that. But, I don't know, I probably stream PvP, stream every now and then. I'll put Twitter memes up, follow me on Twitter for, if any of you followed me on Twitter previously, you know what kind of gold comes from that. So,
where can they follow you on Twitter? Do you have his link?
Everything is Ghostly Infusion.
It's all Ghostly Infusion.
Okay.
And it's been linked in chat. You can find it or follow him on Twitter, definitely. You're going to want to get in that action.
Twitter, Twitch, it's all Ghostly Infusion.
And you were streaming. You were streaming the other day.
Yeah, wow. I was.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and he couldn't stay away. It's MMO
Too much
Inks.
fun. I just couldn't help myself.
Continuing on his quest to eventually get kicked from the partner program, it is MMO Inks.
If only you knew how true that was. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you need any help with that, let me know.
At MMO Inks. Actually, we've been streaming a lot on Twitch, so come by and say hello and hang out. We actually have a schedule. It's a miracle. Miracles happen, it's been going good. So, hope to see some people there.
Okay. Alright, so be sure to check out all those. Well, we can do for. Wait, Brazil, do you want to shill for Boots, actually? Do you want to. I think that's a bit of a tradition, right? Do you want to help out Boots?
Yeah.
Give him a bit of a shill?
Go on to YouTube and search Minecraft with my girlfriend, and you'll find his channel. It's World of Enders.
Boots was streaming the other day.
He was, yeah. Boots has actually started streaming, and he is Boots_WOE, actually, isn't he? For World of Enders. So he's actually streaming as well, guys. So you can check out Boots. Ben P, 200 purple diamonds. Whoa! I'm rich! Hey, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate that, dude. I'm glad you can tolerate me complaining about the mail system. But there we go. I guess that's not too bad. Anyway. So be sure to check out Boot streaming as well. The bot is spamming the links. You can also find them below the stream as well, of course. And yes, yeah, you can also follow this stream as well, guys. If you have enjoyed it, be sure that Tea Time is a weekly podcast. We'll be back. Don't worry, you can't get rid of us. What the hell's going on here? Oh, Arena. Oh, whoa. Wait, whoa. What the hell is this? Wait, Brazil, what's going on? You can't have that on the stream. Wait, what?
I don't even know where mine's at.
Anyway, yeah. Follow, guys. Subscribe. Twitch Prime. It's free. Go to Zach's channel if you want. Zach from Suck at Love. Zach from Beyond Repair, sorry. If you want to learn about Twitch Prime, me and Roy sang a song about it. You can check that out. But anyway, follow everyone here. Subscribe to everyone. Give us your money. guys, okay, in exchange for pretty pictures on the internet. Which, there you go, that's pretty good. Oh, another 100 bits from Dragon Gaming. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Okay, right. Who are we going to host? I'll tell you who we're going to host. We are going to host Samara. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Samara GW2. Let's go. So, let us commence the hosting, guys. The raiding will now begin. All right, so... Actually, Jebro's doing a bouldathon, actually. Maybe we should host Jebro. His internet's cucked as well. And that is an interesting one, actually. Okay, fine. That is an interesting one. You know, I'll tell you what. We haven't hosted Jebro for ages, actually. Let's go. He does deserve it. He's a good lad. He works hard. Okay, we're going to the bold, okay? I want you guys to put a lot of Teapot anime in chat. Okay, guys, when we go to Jebro's stream, put only Teapot anime there, all right? To the point of confusing him, all right? That's what our goal is here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And it was tolerable. Wow, the stream was tolerable. Wow, okay, yeah, nice. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys around. Be sure to buy Guild Wars 2 through all of our referral links, because we all have that. Everyone here has that. So yeah, get on that action, guys. Buy some alt accounts, support the game, get the next expansion, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we will, of course, see you... well, we'll see you guys later. Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh,
See
how
you
nice.
guys later. Yeah.